Yeah.
Stop! I'm gonna come to your house and kick your ass.
Well,
And with that,
Like the last time.
I
So-
think any of us who watch this back should just know by now, headphone warning for the beginning
For the
of
first 5
every
seconds.
single... Yeah.
Nah.
Mm-hmm. We
and
probably all
the
know.
last 30, I feel like.
That warning has gone through, it has been conveyed through Stockholm Syndrome at this point, if anyone is actually keeping up with these videos.
Pretty much.
Pavlovian condition having volume.
Anytime I do,
nice.
I always just turn the volume off for like the first 30 seconds.
I accept that tonight is part of playing D&D.
I mean, you're not missing much.
Last time.
Okay.
No.
So, last time, I am not going to recap every single conversation we had with every single Archdruid. Just know that we did contact all of them. We got agreements, conditional and otherwise, to attend the meeting, and we're going to have some tasks to fulfill. After that, Rayla needed to talk to us. Rayla has apparently made several bears addicted to some Fey Magic souped up raw, unripe berries in the woods. And it was a problem that was compounding upon itself and needed to be fixed. We fixed it by pretty much dropping chloroform into the cave that most of them were in. And
I can't believe you have to put it like that.
magical alchemical chloroform, okay? And
Great, good.
inducing
It was alchemical.
inducing a speed hibernation detox.
Yeah, this really was just the fanciest juice cleanse possible.
Oh my god.
Yeah. In the meantime, though, we meet some treants of this forest that welcome us in, and there is a gorgeous deer with silver antlers that's a spirit of the forest, and has babies who are their wards, and their health is the health of the forest, and she invites Xenia and Rosalind to approach, and asks Xenia to be her ward. Xenia gets to pick up a little baby deer. And gets a boon of the forest. And Rosalind learns a Sylvan lullaby, so that's good. Also gets asked where she wants her bones to go when she's dead. So that's a question.
I feel like I've asked Lou to raise your DM.
Mm-hmm. And, treants transport us to the cave. We initiate Project Bear Detox. And Esther gets to learn how to produce white fire. Gets some help from Ashta to do this, and it acts as a beacon, per an agreement with the Firebirds from long, long ago, seeing as they share an island. Set white fire to a fallen tree nearby. It draws the dead and dying to it to pass on peacefully. Esther, however, isn't particularly happy, given, well, a lot recently. And she and Rosalind have a talk about quite a lot of things, but mostly about love and worth and second chances, family and mistakes. We head back down to the gathering again. Join the festivities for a little while. Nothing particularly special this night. But we go to rest, and at the small morning hours we hear an echoing boom of something magical being completed somewhere in the vicinity. And as Esther dashes for the door, she sees the Boneclaw standing in the doorway.
Oh, it's there like a fucking, telegram or something. It's just standing, T-posing, just waiting.
I want to imagine that it was kind of the horror movie trope where you opened the door, and there it is.
Wait, fuck.
That's pretty much exactly what I was imagining, and I made a map to reflect that. Alright.
Standing outside the door.
Oh no, you're still inside. They are in the doorway.
It's in the doorway, just if the photo would ever load.
Oh, I see it. And as we begin, we're going to jump right onto the map and right into initiative. Please ignore the map I dropped you on in the meantime to get the right one.
What do you mean Halloween's canceled this year? I'm right here. Huh? Conrado's gonna say that's the wrong map.
Like I said, ignore the first one.
Wait, motherfucker.
Oh, there is
Wait,
there's a lot going on out there. Okay.
Yep. So, as you all are shocked awake by adrenaline and are immediately ready to go, not quite a surprise round, nor are they surprising you. You see the Boneclaw standing in the doorway, both hands setting out to its side, and you just hear the.
Well, hi.
Do you need a breath mint, sir?
Long time no see.
Well, hello there.
Well, hello.
Perhaps some gum.
So, let's get some initiative.
Sabriel appears, watching. Oh wow, Sabriel drawing this is.
Yeah.
Well, hello
Sorry.
there.
Why, hello there.
The day will come.
I hate sand.
Hmm.
Oh, I wish Ty could talk, man, because
It's
Ty does
rough
it fucking
and
beautifully.
coarse, and it gets everywhere.
No, I'm not first. Oh no.
You're first.
This is gonna
You
be fun.
first.
So,
Do me a favor, Conrad. Where in the hut is Esther's family?
You
Oh,
first.
this
they're
happened.
basically in the mats away from the doorway, I assume as per Ashta and Esther's preference.
Yes. Okay, that's fine.
So,
So I'm
As
about
you-
to ask you a very interesting question. Be prepared.
oh, please do.
Right.
So, as
Yes.
the adrenaline courses through your body and magic draws to your fingertips, Rosalind, how do you shoot off this encounter?
What style of desert are we in? Is this more of an Arizona desert, or is it more of a kind of a Sahara? Is this a barren wasteland, or are there seeds beneath the surface? Is there scrub or brush?
This specific portion of the desert is very much just barren wasteland landscape.
So no plant growth.
The only plant growth
Probably
is like desert plants, and they are very sparse, particularly with the whole city being risen up beneath them.
Yep, okay. Well, dang. Because that was my plan A, depending on the answer. My plan B, I'm uncertain of. Another question, I suppose. As a warlock, I do regain spell slots on a short rest. Was there a short rest last night, or equivalent?
Yeah, you guys have been asleep for 4 hours, so technically Xenia is long rested, and you'd have your short rest.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, 3
You
hours.
said-
My mistake. Xenia would not be.
Yeah.
My mistake.
Alright.
And I skipped.
Okay. Okay. In that case, let me measure something real quick. Oh, you measured this. You made this very annoying.
I honestly placed them randomly.
Yeah, I can get like, I could get that, or I could get that. Not worth it. Not at all worth it. Okay, sorry this is starting out so slowly. Usually I have a little more time and spells are hard.
Yep, that's okay.
Um,
This was meant to be a shock to the system, so I feel like it's
Okay.
only appropriate.
you know what? I am going to 10-foot cube. Perceivable. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Alright, I am gonna Hail Mary this, and I'm going to, whip the wind up, point it at this thing in the doorway, and I'm going to cast Phantasmal Force.
Okay.
So,
Phantasmal
that is an
Force.
intelligence saving throw. I think that there's something about it being too dumb to be affected if it's,
Let me just go through it real fast. Intelligence saving throw. Perceivable only to them. Sound temperature. Yep. Target is
no effect
affected.
on undead or constructs, so if this thing is undead, then I'm screwed.
It is unfortunately not effective.
Okay. And that was the part that I could not remember if it was a fiend or undead or what.
Yep. The things that came just before it last time you counted this thing were fiends. This seems to be undead.
Well, that screws my entire turn.
But you still have movement. We'll assume that you guys are reactive enough to not currently all start prone.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm gonna just, pull back a little bit because I've got range.
And through the doorway, you do see that there's not just the Boneclaw that is knocked on your door this night.
Okay, and she'll call out that there's more out there, smaller ones, smaller things. That's gonna be it. By the way, the music just stopped.
Oh, still going for me. I will look at that in a second. Alright, Ashta.
Bonus action, Hunter's Mark on the big guy.
Okay, he is Hunter's Marked. It's been a while since we see that spell.
Yep. Action. My turn's before him, so I'm going to shoot him.
Yep.
What do I got in my bolts? Two holy oil shots. That'll work. Yeah, that'll work. So,
I mean that. Sorry.
as Esther stabs the thing
Oh, okay.
and subsequently gets shot by Ashta as she jumps in front of his shot.
I had it box and I was trying to read something on my sheet. Fuck off. I'm sorry.
You added dice to that dagger, by the way.
So first shot. Well, actually, I think all shots are. How does that work? Hold on. Oh, it's been a while since I fought as Ashta properly,
Yep.
and actually got my first turn off.
Yep. This is why I was happy to give her the start.
Where is?
We've got very mild cave ambiance going right now.
Yep, I just did that to swap the heads real fast, just so I can get it working.
Minecraft cave sound effects. Do it.
I was just having it so I could give a second to look at the other playlist.
Oh, I want the Minecraft cave sound effects.
I'll just play both. It's fine.
Oh, that creates such a weird dual effect.
What the hell is it? 1 second. Attack rolls against creature. Okay, so it is all attack rolls. Okay. So first one on the big guy.
Okay, certainly gonna hit.
That D4 and 2D6 radiant.
4. Don't quite see a D4 anywhere, but oh, we're at the Hunter's Mark. It's a D6, so that is 6 plus 17, which is 23. All right.
Going to teleport 10 feet.
Okay.
I see this guy. Yeah.
Yeah, you can see him.
All right. Next shot on him.
Yep, certainly gonna hit. Plus 1d4, not 1d4, 2d6.
2D6 radiant.
There we go, total of 16 damage. Let me just check to make sure there's no resistances. Yep, you are all good.
All right.
Toast.
And
my toast are off.
uh,
I don't even have a toaster on. Oh, hold on. 1 second, I accidentally changed all of those. Just elf to the same thing. 1 second.
I want it to be a toaster.
quick mix-up. Sorry, I teleport before the attack, not after.
Okay.
So I would have gone there first before I shot that guy.
Okay, that slightly changes the actual turn order.
Okay.
So, because a different reaction would have been taken. So upon you stepping into its reach, the Boneclaw makes an attack on you.
I don't like it.
I don't move. I teleport.
Oh, was it teleport, not move? Sorry,
Yes.
my mistake.
Yes.
Okay, sorry. I thought you said you move in and then teleport.
Well, I meant the teleport is first before the first shot against him.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yep.
That's just good.
Yep. And so then the second one would have been over to here. Just so I saw that guy. Then third one, teleport in and take the shot from this guy over here, I assume is good.
Yep, that's fine.
Alright. 2.
Alright, 16 plus 2d6. 21. Alright.
Guys, I get the impression you shouldn't walk towards this thing.
Meta knowledge? Who's heard of that?
It's almost as if we have
Uh,
Fane.
And that will be my turn.
It's almost as if that never happened, technically.
Mhm.
Alright. So, with that, it is the Boneclaw's turn.
I get a really good read on this guy, and I also we could probably remember it from last time we fought this thing.
Actually, that ability never got sent off last time.
Oh, did it not?
Nope, because you guys are all ranged.
Alright.
Alright, so the Boneclaw is going to make one attack on Esther. It's a 15 hit.
No, actually.
Alright, and a second attack is a 23 hit. Unfortunately, with this party, I do actually have to ask that question. So, you are...
That's still on Esther, right?
Yep, still on Esther.
Okay.
Wait. She did 63 worth of damage that round.
Who did?
Ashta, 60
Between
plus
13
9.
Yes.
Holy fuck, that's insane.
Yeah, he's your primary damage dealer.
And
Yeah.
tank.
Again, just still blows me away every time. Ow, 15 necrotic damage? How dare you.
You are pulled directly next to it.
Hello there.
Hello there! General Kenobi! Alright, and as the second part of its turn, it is going to make a shadow jump. So, I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw, Esther. "21, okay, so you do not take this damage as it teleports out of your guys' sight.
Oh no.
Hold on, just while I roll something. Fantastic. Alright. Here we go. And there we go. Alright. Next up are the other bastards. This will be the orange ones. Okay. They are going to shamble towards you, as they can't move very quickly.
Love that description. That's funny as fuck.
Right. And Esther, you are going to get 4 of these on you. But first, just roll against the first one.
Okay.
Alright, so the next one will be on Ashta in that case.
Wisdom save.
Yep.
Okay, just checking a thing. Wisdom save.
Alright, next one on Fergus. So, Fergus, give me a wisdom save. No, John.
John.
Yep.
Really fast, give me a wisdom save.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Wisdom save?
Wisdom save.
Yikes.
Okay, you are currently paralyzed.
Shit.
The last one towards Rosalind.
Okay.
Love that. Great. Good stuff.
I scoured the whole thing hoping it was a charm, but it's not, so yay!
Yeah, I was checking that too.
Yeah. It would be fun to be like a no you to a mummy on that, but
It
okay.
would be. Alright.
Alright. Immune to dreadful glare of all mummies for the next 24 hours.
As they all dance into the room, making sure to look at different people like they're goddamn coordinated like Thriller.
Yeah, basically. So, next up is Xenia.
Wait a heckin' minute.
Nice.
Wait, no, real quick. Conrad, you said 60 feet. Oh, that goes off. Never mind.
Also, they could have gone in many different directions.
I know.
Also, sorry, real quick. Is this what Asha thinks it is?
Yeah,
All right.
that is a Galabdur.
Neat.
Is that?
Stony.
Handy vision, dark vision. You can roll a perception check as an action if you'd like, but otherwise, no.
It's a stealthy fuck.
The action.
You're bacon.
baked in. Alright, on the one right there, spiritual weapon, 13 will hit with 17 force damage.
Is it Baked-in or Baction?
Baction. Like breakfast. Nice spiritual weapon.
Good spiritual weapon.
It's a flower. What are you guys thinking of?
That's a Warhammer, clearly.
Oh, right.
Okay.
I can't spell his name right. Close enough.
Pretty sure Corwell's illiterate, so that's fine. Alright, on that same one.
Now, a little part of me wanted to ask if you were mixing Coralon up with Del, but then I remembered Del is technically a wizard, so the joke doesn't quite work.
Yeah. No, he wasn't illiterate, he was just stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, 18. Yeah, that one's looking pretty rough. That was a 5? My god. Yeah, you can't miss unless you roll a 1. Alright, and next up is Esther. With John, you are on deck.
Yep.
I want to hit more.
Actually, sorry, what's Fervis's dexterity?
+0.
Oh, okay, so Esther is first then. Good.
If I go like this, can I technically hit all three? Because I'm clipping the corner of the one fuck.
Yep.
Lots. Alright, well, I'm saving the big one for Big Boy McGee in all complete and utter honesty, but to be completely fair, they are undead, right? Yeah, mummies.
What? So I was just looking at my sheet. What if I told you guys I haven't been dealing as much damage as I should?
What did you forget?
Planar Warrior goes up a d8 when at level 11.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Of course.
Eh,
I was already at it. Oh,
Ash
well.
just,
So,
Ash just turned out to be a late bloomer in that one aspect. Like, he forgot one thing, didn't figure it out.
just like he just got his baby planner warrior, this is
Yes.
new.
Yes.
Alright. Give me the quick roll, and what's your DC against Esther?
My DC is 17.
17, alright. Okay.
That's just funny.
They're undead, so they have a disadvantage.
Not spell attack, DC is what I needed, but fair enough. I just need the dice rolled. 17? Alright, so the last one passes, but the rest do not. So, give me 68 radiant damage. Oh, good roll! Okay. For the first closest green one is pretty heavily damaged. As are the rest, but more so than the others. That's minus 19, so that's that. Okay. Nope, not minus 19, I can't do math. Minus 13. You can't do that. Alright, and that is your action, and the front two are blinded. What else are you doing for this turn, Esther, if anything?
If I move this way, because the front, well, no, he's not blinded. Am I technically in his reach? Yeah, kind of.
Although non-Euclidean, you could technically go 1, 2, 3. Like that.
Yeah, just to kind of get out of his way. Basically, she's just gonna kind of look in the hut towards her mom and just get everybody safe. And then dash outside.
Okay, go ahead and make your movement. There we go. And what was I checking? Ah, I was looking for a blind icon. Next up, if that's all from Esther.
Fervis, who is currently paralyzed.
Yes, unfortunately.
Wait a minute, how did this happen? We're smarter than this.
Yep.
You can use your feign to get rid of that. It's mental effect, right?
And no, it's paralysis, isn't it?
It's a paralysis via mental effect.
Some are. Actually, this is a frightened paralysis, so I'd say yeah, that would work.
Okay, can I use my feign to do that then?
Yeah.
I'll say it's fine. Yeah.
Words of Purify. This can include stun, paralyzed, unconscious, or other mentally enforced detriments.
Cool. Do I still have my turn then?
Yeah,
It's a bonus action.
Yep, so
Bonus
mark a bonus
action.
action to do that. Mark up the fame
Neat.
points. And
6 fame points.
6 fame points? Will do. He's gonna stay in the doorway.
Party?
Again?
Well, who's highest level in the party right now? Xenia? Shit,
What is
you
in you?
should have new fan ability. I forgot about that. Look at that after session.
Oh, I'm 16 too.
Okay, yeah, you both have a new fan ability. I forgot about that. We'll get to that after.
I think Rosalind does too.
Shit.
Yes.
I forgot it was a 16, not 17. Change it a bit. Anyways, we'll worry about that later.
Right. He's gonna stand in the doorway.
Wait a minute, I'm level 16.
Oh, fuck. You know what? Fuck it. It's 17
You
now.
forgot for a
in,
while,
why
didn't
don't
you?
It's 17 now. Fuck all that.
Welcome to Oh, we should actually be stronger. The
Oh,
episode.
rub it in.
That's 17, you guys get it. Fuck it. Anyways, Marcus, go ahead.
Anyway.
Everyone's cantrips upgraded, right?
Ooh, fuck off. Holy bomb at this feller right here. As I stand in the doorway.
Show me again which one it was.
This one, the nearest green one.
Sounds good.
Yeah, bitch is blind. Perfect. Blindness. Is that advantage or?
Hover over blinded on your sheet. I can't remember.
Blindness. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage.
Okay, good. Go for it.
Cool. Holy bomb.
19 will most certainly hit. And 30. Yeah, you blow that motherfucker up even if he saves.
Dusty motherfucker.
What the fuck?
Poof. And right. I believe that's
That was
all I
31 radiant
can
damage.
do right now. Huh?
Yeah, because that was 31 radiant damage, so even halved, yeah, that thing's fucked.
Yeah.
Oh Christ, this Purvis gonna be a higher level than his age.
No, he's level behind.
No, I'm level.
I mean by the end of this campaign.
Oh, probably.
Probably, yeah. And he's just gonna whip back behind Ashta.
Makes sense. Alright, and next up is the Gallop Doors, which just happened to roll very similar initiatives, unfortunately.
Right. Pop bones.
Alright, so they have 30 feet that they can do, so they're going to...
It's rock and roll.
Correct. So they are both going to dash up to right here and to right here. Yep, because that took both their actions. And next up are the green mummies, who are going to 1, 2, 3. This
Like,
one's
imagine they're wearing like little football jerseys.
2, 3, 4. Not quite, but you're not far off. These are just more gangrenous.
No, this is not what I meant.
Yep. And the one next to you, Esther, only one's going to get to attack because the one to dash is going to basically try to punch you.
No.
Alright, in that
Let's
case,
just push the hand away. No!
and let me check when they have to reroll the save on that son being real fast. Blind until your next turn. Okay, cool. So they're still blind. And next up is Rosalind.
Well. Yeah. People are in the middle of everything, and yeah. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna use my action to... No, I could just create that. I'm gonna use my action to do Investiture of Vines on myself, unless, Conrad, you're gonna say that I can't create the Thorny Vines.
I'll say you
Ability.
can create that. That's basic.
It's just you
enough form
create,
to do
it's not you draw it out of the ground or whatever, so.
Yes, that's fine. That's fine.
Alright.
Don't give him the opportunity to say otherwise.
If it was
No,
a
I wasn't
magical
gonna click the
endeavor, like
spell
point
and
of
then...
fire, then maybe, but
Yeah, no. So, I've got all of that going on right now.
yep. I'll rely on you to keep track of that and remind me if I forget about part.
Yep. Mostly it's the +2 to AC, and Next time my action rolls around, I might be able to do vines, but right now I'm gonna be a little bit useless, guys. I'm sorry. Yeah. Everything else I have is an action. So,
Sorry, just that organ blast in the back.
That was a perfect time with my dog running down the stairs at full force.
Could I just note real quick for you that I do have 120 feet of dark vision just in case that Boneclaw is hanging out just beyond somebody else's sight? Because I know 90 feet was brought up before. Though Rosalind does also have a very limited cone of vision right now. So,
Yep.
that's fine
Don't
if
worry,
not.
I am keeping track as to what the
Okay.
fact of why you guys is.
Okay. And she's going to stay back here. Is that a door? Back door?
Yes, that is the door at the front door.
Alright.
Actually.
She's actually gonna, like, turn sideways, move back a little bit, and keep periphery and glance back and forth.
You activate deadly reach.
Yay!
Because it unfortunately just rolled a high enough stealth check that you guys couldn't see it.
Yay. Yay.
So, yep, that's going to be an advantage attack on you because it was hidden.
He's in my eyes!
It rolled 25 in stealth.
No!
I'm going to negate that damage.
Alright. But
Yeah.
it was still technically a hit, so they can make a secondary attack. And Rosalind, you are drawn 10 feet closer to it.
Yay.
Sorry, this one shouldn't be an advantage. That's a 10 to hit.
No, a 10 will not hit.
Okay. But you are currently grappled by this creature.
Yep. And she's just gonna shout in a panic, Ashta is in here!
The eye turns with like that trail of light.
Yep. Like very much like could have gone to a basket where it's like
Exactly, in the zone.
Just like, all right. So is that it, Rosalind? All right, Ashta, go ahead. Yeah, I think if you like giving you priority.
Yeah. Out of hold on. Hey, side note.
Yes.
I'm hunter's marking this thing,
Yes.
so I would have advantage on perception. So therefore, would not my passive not be +5 against this thing?
Technically, I think
quickly-
with Hunter's Mark, you always know where it is.
No, I think that's just a flavor thing that I.
Is it?
Eric.
Oh, okay.
Hold on.
I'm gonna hit it this turn anyway, so I might as well roll the damage.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of a different spell. Sorry.
On any perception check you make to find it.
Right, but you also have said before advantage like changes
Yes,
+5.
that's
you.
for when it's a passive bonus that you always have. Hunter's Mark specifically says a wisdom perception check.
Whatever you say. Going to.
Don't ask for a ruling and then complain when I give you the ruling.
It's your like the way you do the +5 is weird and mushy enough that whatever. Going to go ahead and Planar Warrior him.
Okay, go for it.
And yeah, probably just keep with the. Yeah, I don't have any other fun ones, do I? No. Actually, you know what? Well, the Planar Warrior one, I'm going to stick with the Holy Oil.
Okay.
But I'll do another one in a second. So just going to take a
You did
shot.
change the dice, right?
Second?
You did
Yes.
change the dice, right? Okay, good.
Alright. Sure, there's nothing else I can do here, so I'm going to I know it's range, right? I can suss that out.
You know at least that it has a 15-foot reach.
Yeah.
With the one attack. You don't know about anything else it can do.
Right. Well, he's gonna move to here, and then teleport in 10 feet.
Sounds good.
And is then also side thing. Moving into the reach. If I'm already in its reach and I move closer, that doesn't count as the same. It would be
No,
the same thing
no.
as
It does not, but also
Opportunity.
keep in mind this turn it's already used its reaction.
Yep, that's fine. I just meant in the future
Yeah.
because you said that changed it with other things.
Yeah, no, it is only when you step into reach, same as you step out of reach.
Yep. All right. Taking a shot.
Yep. Give me the extra 2d6, and I'm going to use the 5 from before. So that's 8 additional to the 19, so that's 24.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Wait,
Right,
you
anything
said
else?
8 additional to the 19?
Hunter's Mark.
No.
Because the Hunter's Mark rolled a 5.
You said 19 plus 8 is 24. It's
You're right, I did.
27.
Yeah, you're very right. Sorry. I saw the 5, said 8, and then added that. Nope, don't add 3
Oh,
HP,
it's
subtract 3 HP.
I'm just making sure
no,
there wasn't something
no,
being
good call there.
resisted, and it's like, hang on a second, the math isn't.
Yeah, nope, that was a good call. That was me fucking
Okay,
with math.
okay. As long as it's just that.
Hmm.
Keep it going.
Yeah, I just don't. I'm going to take a second one. Can I teleport in between it and Rosalind?
No.
Okay.
It is grappling, and also they're within 5 feet of each other. There's no way to teleport between. You could move in between, you could not stay there.
Okay. No, yeah, I'll move in between then.
Okay.
And,
Keep in mind you cannot end your turn there.
Yep, that's fine. I'm going to use the shove action on Rosalind.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a athletics check.
All
Because you'll
right.
be contesting the Boneclaw in this case. Athletics.
Yep.
So you shove Rosalind. I assume 5 feet back, not prone.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and any movement she has breaks the grapple.
Yep. There we go. And Ashta, move on to the square that she was in. There we go.
Yep. All right.
I will say, this thing has reach of 15 feet. She's still grappled.
No, she moved. She moved by anything that breaks the grapple.
Oh, is that it?
Anything that's not him actively moving her?
Hold on, let me find that rule.
Oh, we're making shapes now.
Is that what this is turned into? Okay. This little creature replaces. Escaping a grapple. To do so, it must succeed. Yep. To do so, it must succeed on a strength check contested by that. Yeah, I don't see anything that says that if it moves, you break the grapple. If you move out of reach, it breaks the grapple.
Yeah, the condition ends if an effect removes the grappled creature from the reach of the grappler or grappling effect.
Yeah.
It also ends if the grappler is incapacitated.
Yep.
Hmm. All right. Could I do a mulligan on that front then?
I'll say sure, but please next time when you're using weird rules like that, check it beforehand.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Rather than that, I will do the grapple on Rosalind and drag her out of there because he's used your action.
Okay, so you're going to attempt to grapple her out?
Yeah.
Okay.
And drag her with my movement that I have a lot of.
Okay, fair enough. So technically, that's a weird way to do it. I'm gonna say because it's the mulligan, you're gonna have to re-roll that. You can't just use the same roll knowing it's gonna succeed.
Are you flying right now?
No.
Everything around Rosalind is going to be difficult terrain for you. She can't control that. It's not allies, it's not specified, it's just plain difficult terrain around 10 feet around her at all times.
Oh, great.
I'm sorry. I'm just letting you know that before you commit to this with a roll because that might change details.
Would you still have enough movement to move her a full 15 feet?
With the difficult terrain, no. If literally everywhere I move with her is difficult terrain, then no.
Yeah.
Then yeah, you guys are going to remain where you were.
Fine, I'll just take a second shot at him, regular.
Okay.
Yeah.
26, 10 will hit. Give me the hunter's mark.
This won't be this won't be the holy shot. It will be poison vulnerability.
Yep. Hunter's mark is 1d6.
Ah, Right.
Is poison vulnerable? Good to know, because that will definitely hit. There we go, 16 damage. Actually, does he take poison damage? Yes, he does. Okay. Really? He takes poison damage?
He's fleshy.
Yeah, just most undead don't. That's all. Okay, I'm gonna use this token for that, because I'm gonna forget otherwise. Okay, so that's 16. He is poison vulnerable. And there we go. Okay, so at the beginning of the Boneclaw's turn, it is actually going to release Rosalind and make an attack on Ashta.
Nope.
15 to hit. Nope. Second attack. 19
Nope.
to hit. Nope. Okay, in that case, Shadow Jump, make me a Constitution saving throw, Rosalind.
Yay!
As it attempts to hide as a bonus
Yay!
action. Okay, so you do not go with it. It rolls another stealth check. Okay.
Wait, you said drop the grapple.
Yeah,
Yep, it drops the grapple.
I wouldn't go with it if I'm not grappled.
Yep, but each creature within 5 feet still makes the save.
To not take damage. It has nothing to do with the movement or grapple.
Yep.
You can succeed on the save, and if you're still grappled, you get dragged along if it wants to.
There we go. What's Xenia's passive perception again? 20? Good to know. Alright. And I'm just going to step 2. There. Okay. And next up are the orange mummies. Xenia, you're on deck. Actually, Xenia, you're going to have a very active turn here, as one mummy's going to go towards Esther, and the rest are going to go towards Xenia. Alright, so this is going to be 3 attacks on Xenia. They're not going to bother Dreadful Glare because you guys are immune, so I'll just save the rolls. So that's 1. It should be disadvantage, sorry. 2 and 3. Perfect. Okay, give me 2 con saves. Can you fail those? I think you can. Alright, so with the second one.
Wait.
Nope. Reroll. Which part of the ruin? Before or after the roll? The advantage? I'll say in this case, because we didn't know the ruling, you can do it after, but for the future, it's before. 12 is a success. Okay, so... Alright. So... keep in mind that the necrotic damage is only for the reduction of HP. You do not take that normally. So, yep, 22 bludgeoning. And 1 on Esther.
21 bludgeoning. 11
21,
plus
okay.
10.
You're right, I failed to count that properly again.
Hit.
Does the 13 hit or no?
No.
No? Alright. In that case, it is Xenia's turn. And because Xenia's typing, I'm going to take this chance to watch him real fast. Be right back.
Hope you didn't have any important questions for the DM. Yeah. Ah. Yeah. I guess if there is a question, have it typed out and we'll badger him when he gets back. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I'd like to, but I can't really move right now because otherwise I'll get my ass kicked.
You can disengage. It's an action, and it's no opportunity. Your movement does not provoke any opportunity attacks.
Yeah, when I can, I will. But at the same time, I'm in the perfect position right now to get at least a decent amount of damage on 5. So I'm not going to move just yet, but I will move afterwards. I'm sorry. You can hit me if you need to. That's okay. I've barely taken any damage.
I have a ridiculous amount of health now.
Yeah, if you need to hit me, that's fine.
I don't think the wizard should be saying that.
I have.
Wizard has almost as much HP as you.
I know, but still. I never see that as Fervus, so
That's fair.
even with this.
Oh yeah, holy aura is not damaging as there it's
Ah, true.
something.
But so you can always hold an action if you'd like as well. So you cast it at the point centered on yourself. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Wisdom saving throws. Oh, I love this spell from Dell. Oh, I miss this spell. Oh, did you just confuse yourself?
Did you just center it on yourself?
Oh,
God.
that is fantastic. Alright, so wisdom save from the mummy. I feel like it's fair to laugh at that. That one succeeds. Oh god, wow, okay. That's ridiculous. That one's
You can drop the spell at any time.
I'll be back.
and the Galador. Wisdom saving throw. 14. Okay, immediately drop it. Cool.
I'm in danger.
Alright, there we go. So, you cast a spell, realized it was probably not going to go in your favor, and return. Alright. Well, the dick misses its target.
The swing is a bit cockeyed.
God damn it. Alright, is that for your turn, Esther? Or not Esther, Senior? Damn it.
So, not even close.
Alright. Esther, go ahead.
Okay, so I'm really hoping that all of my Legends of movies are right on this, and that finally, perhaps this will work. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, centered on myself. We're gonna cast Fireball, but I'm going to upcast it at 5th level, so that's an extra 2d6.
You would actually catch this one as well. Go for it.
Oh yeah!
That was the
Oh,
Galador.
get that one! Cause it's 20! Fuck yeah! Alright, so that's... If my Discord would leave me the fuck alone, so that's... 8d6, that's
To be fair, if you
10d6.
centered it one to the right of you, it would hit everyone.
Including Xenia, but you can sculpt to that, so.
Yep.
So yeah, we're gonna do that then instead, so it hits everybody.
Alright, give me the extra 2d6, and I'll begin rolling deck saves.
Roll.
Alright, so...
Roll.
what's your DC? 17? Okay. So, I'm just going to roll these all as separate numbers. Oh, that works too.
Okay.
Next time you can just roll the 2d6 extra. But,
Oh, I realized that. Can I reroll the 1?
yeah, because you have a... yeah. Alright, 42.
Nice.
Good number. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4,
Uh,
5,
as a
6, 7.
as a Phoenix sorcerer who had the exact same feat, I know the pain of it's just a 2.
Yeah, on a d6, that's not too crazy off. Okay.
Ha.
So every single one of them fails that. And
Oh,
that
they've
was
got a
41
minus?
damage. Yeah,
Nice.
so yeah, they have a negative 1. So yeah, every single mummy is dead because they are vulnerable to fire.
Yes!
You scorched them.
Yes!
Congrats.
Oh,
Welcome
yes!
to the definition of scorched earth tactics.
You mean so I was right! Okay, because I'm thinking, wait a minute, they're made of fucking paper! They'll burn! No,
Yep, so-
finally! We have an enemy that's damageable to fire! Yes!
Yep. So in combination with that scorched part, welcome to the earth part, as the Galadors are going to make their saves too. Alright, so deck saves, left and right.
Technically, anything is damageable to fire. It's just that these guys are vulnerable.
Well, not everything. These things are immune to fire.
There are things that are immune to fire. But well, for
Unfortunately, not everyone
Esther,
has the ability to ignore immunities, dude.
That's fair.
So it does ignore resistances, though.
Yeah.
Door. How are they looking?
They're hurt. They're pretty hurt. They both failed, and that was a lot of damage. Went over 42. You gotta take one more. Right, well, Fervus, 'tis your turn. You just heard a vroom from outside, and the smell of horrible, horrible burning.
Watch. Wait. What time in the day is this? Early in the morning, right?
It is 3 o'clock in the morning.
Has anybody else come outside because of the noise?
How long does it take you to wake up at 3 a.m. and stumble to the window and crack open the blinds and peer out? This has been like 12 seconds.
That's fair. Just more so because loud noise and bright light.
Even if there's an explosion, you're still kind of hazy when you wake up, obviously.
Oh, that's fair. I'm just thinking out loud more so.
Yeah.
Yep, but Fervus.
Alright. Fucking... What were these things again?
Galabduras.
Can I discern what exactly these things are?
Go ahead and roll me a Arcana check. Or a Nature check, your choice.
It's a plus 12 either way.
Go for it then.
Yeah. Not an advantage. 16.
16.
Roll the 4.
You know enough to know that they're earth elementals.
They're earth elementals. Alright. Cool. I don't have anything that's specifically corrosive.
That's a good sentence out of a 17-year-old.
Oh, wait.
Nothing particularly corrosive, but like...
It's not corrosive necessarily, it's just bad for your skin.
I just need to... Well...
Bitch, what do you
my current
corrosive
kind of bad for the skin.
It'd be bad for your skin and not corrosive.
Cryo bomb. Let's try a cryo bomb.
Okay, go for it.
Okay.
Totally.
Normal.
Shiver their timbers.
shivers?
Right here, and I'm gonna make it so that it doesn't hit Xenia.
Alright, so a 17 will hit, and a Constitution saving throw, right? Or is that only the radius?
Cryo bomb deals cold damage instead of fire damage. Has D8 damage.
Is the fire damage the radius or no? Sorry, is the saving throw the radius with the fire damage?
I don't
With
think.
The target, as well as the creature within the blast radius, fails its saving throw. It has speed decreased.
Yeah, I'm just asking if they need to make the Constitution save.
They do.
Okay.
No,
No, that wouldn't make sense. That's why I'm asking.
no. I think it's just anyone in the radius.
That's what
Yeah.
it is. Yeah, that's what I'm
Either
asking. It's like, okay, cool. So that will just hit with the 22, and yeah, they're not resistant or anything, so that's 22 ice damage. Ice damage? Cold damage. Fuck's ice damage?
Cryo bomb. I don't know, man. I was playing Borderlands at the point.
Okay, mister, you know what I mean.
Yeah. You know what I mean.
I still gotta roast him for it. Alright, anything else from this?
You have no hill to stand on.
Even on technicality, that it works as ice damage because
I
it's
can
ice,
build
you
I can build as
motherfucker.
many hills as I want in this
Dude,
world.
it's cold damage. Fuck right off.
Also, he's attacking a hill. That's my hill to stand on.
Yeah. Is there anything I can actually do? No. I'm just gonna move back.
Ashafane's the light reminder that Bone Dude is currently vulnerable to poison just for the future.
But no one
Yes.
knows about it.
He moves before me, so like.
Yep. Alright, so next up is Green Galabdur, which is gonna make a slam attack on Xenia. So, Xenia, there we go. Alright, so that's 14 bludgeoning. And the second attack. Did you just change it to Aerosolade? You did. Okay. So, next up is a slab attack on Esther, as Sky slowly dies in the background.
I'm just enjoying that I killed this mummies. Misses.
Alright, so 14 to hit.
Nope.
Alright. And Rosalind.
Well, fuck you, pussy boy. I ain't no weakling no more.
Is that a challenge?
No.
Thank you.
Well,
Alright, Rosalind.
my every single plan has gone to hell.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Vines was useless. I don't know. Alright. I'm going to, understanding the danger, and also my passive perception is 20 if it's in my line of sight, not Xena's, just in case. And I've got a blind sight 10-foot thorn on my shoulder.
Yep.
And I realize it has a 15-foot reach, but for reference.
I'm keeping them up. I do appreciate yours.
I'm gonna actually move over here about, just so that Ashta doesn't have to deal with the terrain difficulty, though it is a 10-foot radius, so map your thing. Okay.
Can you put a radius on yourself?
I'm doing one right now, don't worry about it.
Okay. Heck. I'm gonna go ahead and...
Hold on. Good. Just realize I should probably make that visible to everyone.
Mm-hmm. And I am going to... Damn it. I'm unfamiliar with a lot of my spells. It's been a while. Alright. I will, I'm gonna hold Melf's acid arrow for if I see the big guy pop into view anywhere.
Okay.
And that's gonna be it.
Alright. Ashta.
Okay. Gonna go ahead. He's going to move over to the doorway here. Nothing happens. He's gonna make a perception check
Okay, go for it.
as an action. With advantage. What do I do?
Alright, with advantage. Let me check what the roll was. Please hold. There you go. Okay. You do not see the Boneclaw.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, you don't see the Boneclaw.
Yep, that'll be his turn.
Okay. Next up is Senior. Spiritual weapon, I assume on the gallop door. A 15 will miss. Toll the Dead on the same one. Make it Radiant instead. Okay. Alright. So wisdom saving throw, that's a 9, so that will definitely take 18 damage. Ooh, that thing's looking real rough. Alright, Esther. Damn it.
Yeah, it's at 5th level, so mark off the one spell slot. Don't mark off both, dumbass. If I do it again.
Might just be a quiet part of the song, because every time it gets that part, it stops.
It just
I'm
flat out
gonna
stops. I check the little timer and it doesn't advance.
It might just
perception
be my
check.
internet suck. Perception check, go for it. Keep in mind, you still have the Gallup on your heels there. And it is an action to make the check.
Oh, okay. And I could use a cantrip as a bonus action then, right?
Correct.
You know what? It needs to be done.
26, okay. So you see the creature just outside. Actually, no, it's been its turn since then. You don't see the creature.
Motherfucker!
Sorry,
Alright.
like it's. Esther, go ahead.
Alright, in that case, we see within range, 1d6. Oh god, I haven't looked on my cantrips in forever. Oh, well, this is gonna be 3d8, because I'm at 11th level, I forgot about that.
Okay. Alright, and that's on the Gallup door next to you?
Yep.
Alright, it is a ranged attack technically, so it would be made with disadvantage.
Oh, shit. Okay. So, what do I roll again, sorry?
Another d20.
Okay.
Yep, and give me the extra d8 for the damage, because that will hit. Alright, so total 14 fire damage. Yeah, these things seem affected by fire like anything else. Alright. And if that is all from Esther.
What is talking? Is talking a free action?
Yeah, talking's fine.
Esther's gonna call out in pretty much all the 4 languages she knows, just the same phrase. What do you want? What do you want? What do you want?
What are these 3 languages?
In 4 languages, in Common, Ignan, Primordial, and Draconic. Just what do you want?
Okay.
Common, Ignan, Primordial, Draconic.
You don't immediately get a response.
That's chill.
Alright, Fervus.
Fervus is going to hold his action for now, holding a holy bomb as he would like a pitcher, like behind his back, waiting for the Boneclaw.
Okay. Sounds good. In that case, next up would be the Galabdors.
So yeah, he'll throw a holy bomb if he sees the Boneclaw pop.
Okay.
Just show his face.
So, 1 attack on Esther, and 1 attack on Xenia.
What was the attack?
27 to hit, 24 to bludgeoning. I'm
Yeah.
gonna send that to you. And 21 to hit on Xenia, 17 bludgeoning.
What's 15 plus 14? That's 9.
29.
29. Thank you.
Alright, and Rosalind. Unfortunately, you do not see the Boneclaw, so mark off the spell slot for Melf's as an arrow.
It's not a spell slot, it's from the book.
In that case, just, it is, I guess from an item, technically it's not used. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Alright. I'm gonna send Thorn to do a radar sweep of the area of the room.
Okay. Yep, around the room, he senses nothing.
Okay. And she'll say to the others, it's not in here, at least not right now. No matter what, she'd have to squeeze past that thing. I wish they were closer together. Alright. God damn it. Okay, she's gonna get an angle up here, and she's going to put a little 15-foot cube of thorny vines on that Galabador right there. Let me go
The one
ahead and
next to
quick. Yes, and it's just gonna do it so that Esther is not taken into the thorny vines. So there is a big old 15-foot cube there.
Strength saving throw. Okay.
And that's
Failed save,
half the 3d8 piercing damage, so 1 second.
15, so it takes 9 piercing. Okay. Seems effective.
Mm-hmm. And screw it, she's gonna use her bonus action then to Eldritch Blast that thing.
Okay. 18 will hit. 21 will hit. And 15 will miss, unfortunately.
Damn it. Okay, that's it.
Alright, Ashta.
Just gonna leave the perception checks to the other ones who can use this cantrip as bonus action. Going to take a shot at the Galebdur in front of Xenia.
Okay, go for it. And it's +8 or +4 to an elemental?
1 second. Working off of elemental destroyer bolt. G6. Where is greater fire of an enemy? Damage rolls is +4.
Okay, sounds good. Man, it's been so long since we had a nickname change, and of course it was from a typo. Of course it was.
I'll play a warrior, the one in front as well.
Sure thing, go for it. 19 will most certainly hit, and no need to roll extra, that one is dead.
Well,
Good night, sweet prince.
still do because I used the bolt.
Yep.
Going to teleport to here and take a shot at the other one.
20 will hit, and that one will also be dead. Alright. And with that, I'll save you guys the wondering. With that, it seems that over the course of the next few minutes, the Boneclaw never appears.
This
Over
thing
the-
is not. It's just gonna keep haunting us, isn't it?
Over that minute, could Ash have done any sort of tracking to it, making a survival check against it?
Go ahead, make a survival check, and we'll assume it's basically a walk around of the area. 18, okay.
If Xenia would want guidance.
Yeah, might as well.
19.
19. Alright. So around up here, you do find some tracks of it basically starting here, walking this way, and then the tracks just seemingly disappear. You find a second set of tracks around this way, that again get to here, to the doorway, and then disappear again.
Were you pointing on the map? Because I didn't see a thing.
Sorry, it was on the far right.
Okay.
Right
I
here,
missed it then.
and then disappear once more. After the combat, you check everyone's accounted for. Nobody's hurt. It seems that the Boneclaw is nowhere to be seen, Esther, and Ashton is trying to look for tracks. And he found some going up the north side. They disappear. Up the east side, disappear again. From there, you won't find any more nearby.
Is this a door?
Yeah, that's the front door.
Xenia, how are you on spell slots? Can you do a scry? Why do you need to be at the castle? Out of character.
Material components.
Do we not have?
Nope,
No.
you guys have been using the pool.
Yeah.
We've never gotten a mirror.
No.
Yeah, you guys never got a mirror because you had the pool. It was free.
How big of a pool do you need?
It's not a pool. It's
price.
technically a 1,000 gold piece mirror or reflective surface like an orb. I just allowed the pool to be used because it's very magical.
I have an orb, I think.
That is your
Scrying.
spellcasting focus.
No, it's not, I don't think.
What do you have?
Sorry, I think that was your original spellcasting focus.
It was my original, it's not anymore, though.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's just not worth 1,000 gold pieces is the only issue.
Well.
Yep, but you could, yeah, font filled with holy water is technically possible.
If you need a bowl or something, I can get that for you.
Fergus has holy water on his person for the holy grenades.
Can you cast Bless enough times? Technically not how you make holy water, but roll me a wisdom check to see if you just have enough magic to pump into that.
Nice.
Yeah, I'll say if you use 2 spell slots, that's fine.
Alright.
It'll be enough to fill a small scrying bowl, basically, which is like a wide shallow bowl. And
Okay.
you can use that for the sake of 1 casting of scry.
Alright. I still
Um,
find a bowl somewhere and give it to Furfist.
Yep, it's filled with holy water. Xenia holies it. And you can go ahead and cast scry.
Astro would like to attempt to, some way like as a scry focus, give Xenia the hunter's mark. He's still technically concentrating on because that goes for an hour.
Yep. Give me a wisdom check. No bonuses to it, just a wisdom check.
Right.
I'll say
Um,
17 and above, it works.
I was gonna say, can Xenia get into this because
Nope,
they're
no
not technically
bonuses to
casting
it.
the spell yet.
It's purely if you can force of will your way into it.
All right.
17, that's the DC. Alright. Yeah, so I'll say you get the +2 version of it. Or, sorry, not the +2. You've met them first hand once and a +2 on top of that, or -2 to DC. No.
Minus 2
DC.
to their
Right,
save.
yeah.
It's
Sorry.
equivalent to
It
changing
is
the
2
DC.
better.
Yes.
Alright.
10% increased odds.
There we go. That's a good way to say it. And real fast, actually, just while we're on it, because I don't want to forget and close the sheets later, I'm just going to give XP before I forget. For the things you did kill. And 8 times equals divided by 5. Okay, everyone take 2,500 XP. Just mark that off now so I don't forget later.
203.
Alright, the Boneclaw is going to make its wisdom save with the subtraction of 2, and your DC is 20, Xenia? 18, okay.
Oh hey, I leveled up.
Saving throw of 7. So, you look into the scrying bowl, and it takes you a half second to orient, but not very long. You see the Boneclaw laying flat on top of the roof of this house, with its eyes just carefully peering over the edge.
Bucking
Hey, Xenia. Where
Only
is
Xenia
it?
sees the assessment.
on the roof. On the roof.
We're feigning this.
Yeah.
It's silent.
Pull
Can
the
you
aura.
point me to exactly where?
Again, we can feign it.
Yep, just noting for at first that only Xenia sees it immediately. Yeah, it is basically, you guys still on the map, right?
Mm-hmm.
It is. Oh, wrong one. Basically, hold on, snapped corner. Actually, it would be on the edge, so it would be 1, 2, 3, and that basically square.
All right.
It would have taken 10 minutes to cast scrying, so no.
Alright. My investiture is gone then.
Asher would like to up the wings.
Okay. Well, actually, let me just. I forgot that I had the token still on the screen. I can just move it.
Theoretically, if I create a large enough blast, can it break through the roof?
Theoretically. You have to cause a certain amount of damage to the house to break the object, but yeah.
How much damage?
It depends on the material it's made out of. Because it's made of bone and stone, kind of magically casted. You're not quite sure.
How tall is the ceiling?
Just 15 feet.
Okay.
It's a relatively tall ceiling for a house, but it's like a single story. Kind of kept the circulation going by having a high roof.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Fireballs to a point I choose within range.
Yes.
Yep.
Can
It
I
also
cast?
is not
So Asher's gonna go on the feign and say, "Okay, everyone."
you can jump that Xenia.
I'm gonna feign a question to everybody real quick. Does anybody want to fly for this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I can make all of us fly with one spell, though I do have to concentrate on it.
Light me up!
Let there be flight.
Alright, as soon as we're ready, everybody gets fly.
All right. Astra will just over the fane. 3, 2, 1.
Everybody
Okay.
zooms outside.
Fly up, yeah.
For the sake of moving this easier, I'm just going to use the turn order at the bottom, as the names are, just because this is technically a surprise round, so you guys would all get a full round.
Nice.
Let me just check the effects of Holy Aura real fast, just so I know it. Dim Light, advantage on all saving throws, disadvantage on all attack rolls. In addition, Feed or Undead, Aura flashes, Constitution save will be blinded. Cool. Okay, so first up is Ashta. Use the map as it is.
All right.
That is where it is in the map.
Yep. Astra will float up 5 feet, and then teleport up to the roof before he shoots it.
Okay, so in the same spot you're on the map?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Is this? I never remember how anyone ever does surprise anything. Does he have advantage on this?
So surprise,
Like inherently?
surprise when done as a round, as opposed to a status, is you have a full turn to do whatever you'd want.
Okay, so single advantage.
That being said, this creature was not aware of your presence beforehand, so it also has a surprise condition.
Okay, so double advantage.
Yes.
All right. Hop right up, planar warrior.
Nuke him, Ashta.
I'm so glad you guys scried, because that's very useful, but also, I was going to have this thing try to assassinate Esther in the middle of the night. Come on!
What?
Best laid
Understood.
plans.
So yeah, 25 is going to hit.
Why is it after me?
By the way, I can't see Esther's token on here. Did she get deleted? Or...
It's on.
She's
I'm
under
under.
the Boneclaw.
I'm under the Boneclaw.
Oh,
Oh.
got it.
And that case, let me drop the Boneclaw down, because I wasn't aware.
No, it's okay. Yeah, thank you.
Alright,
I'm
so that's-
I'm gonna move here anyways, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Yep, just for
You know
a
what they
second.
say about best laid plans, right, Conrad?
This
The best laid plans is, unfortunately, Ashton rolls and move before the Boneclaw did.
This is what you guys did to me yesterday.
Yeah, I have no problem with it. I'm
I'm
just
just
surprised you
saying.
have pride.
Except you
So
already had a
18
map.
plus 10 is 28, plus 2 is 30. Okay. So that's a very effective attack.
Second one, non-planar warrior.
Okay, go for it. 12 will certainly hit.
My 20. 3d6, 2 of which is radiant.
Yep, 22. Okay. Don't worry, all the damage in this case is the same amount. Just with the bonus of damage that
Oh, also, throw an additional 16 on that first one.
Okay,
wings
in
are out.
that case, how would you like to do that?
Oh,
His thing was still hurt, that's why it retreated.
goddamn.
Asher would like to, if possible, blast the thing through the roof so everyone can proceed to Scarface it.
Yeah, the bolt like shoots straight through the chest, and for a second you think it went between ribs, it might not have hit anything. And you see and it's with enough force to shatter the kind of terracotta roof in a small radius around, and the Boneclaw drops through and just melts into shadows, unlike how it normally does when it teleports. It's like a goop on the ground, with its claws flailing out and reaching towards Esther. And just, you die. And dies.
What did it say?
We don't know.
It was nothing in a language you understand.
Yeah.
Can my Fane save that for later analysis?
Sure thing.
I
Okay.
mean,
I was hoping everyone else would blow it apart as it fell through.
Yeah.
oh,
Let's take
probably.
a flavor.
It drops to the ceiling, dead by Ashta's bolt. For a second, all of you are like, "Oh shit!" And you're like, "It was Ashta."
Out of curiosity, is anything left of its corporeal form or no?
No, it completely disappears.
Is it just goop?
It is not even goop. The goop melts into the sand of the baked earth and just dissipates.
Does Asher feel does Asher feel it die with the Hunter's Mark?
Yeah, it dies.
Okay.
It fully dies. It's not just disappearing or anything.
Yep,
it's
just making sure it wasn't pulling a fast one.
Technically, you could feel its soul through essence, as you did just kill it using essence.
Ah,
You could try to absorb the soul if you'd like. If not, you could try to do a very quick, basically insight check on what is happening to the soul using essence as like a medium.
sure.
The inside
Okay.
check. That's
What are you doing? Are you absorbing the soul, or are you trying to
Insight.
Insight. Okay, go ahead and make me an insight check.
All right. 18.
Okay. You can tell that it's not like when a fiend dies.
Mhm.
It's not like its soul is being sent down to another plane.
Mhm.
But also, essence can't fully grab onto the soul. The soul isn't absorbed by anything. She gets the strength and vitality such that it is an undead creature, more of necrotic energy, but no soul when she grabs onto it. You can interpret from that what you wish.
It still went somewhere else.
What do you mean somewhere else?
Essence can grab a hold of it. It's not like it's going to another plane, though.
It said something to me. Ashta, you're a hunter. What languages do the undead speak?
Hmm.
Hmm.
Or Rosalind, you
I'll-
understand language.
Either
Quite a-
history or an arcana check.
Yeah,
Quite
can I
a
make a
bit,
history
but-
check? What I know about
All
undead?
of you can make history or arcana check, your choice.
Cool. In
It's a little
history.
late now. I didn't catch what it said.
No, I saved it here, and
Oh.
Esther's gonna feign the message
Oh, one
of
moment.
what she heard.
One moment.
Because Rosalind can understand the languages.
Perfect.
I
Yeah.
cast tongues on myself and then listen to the playback and the feign.
Okay. So, it is speaking. Actually, does it tell you what language it speaks? Okay, no, but you
No,
understand the.
I just
context.
understand it.
Yeah, Fergus wouldn't probably know that it would just speak what if it's an undead, proper undead, it would just
So-
speak whatever languages it spoke in life.
Depends. So with the 26, you know enough to know that there's basically 3 categories.
Yeah.
There's the unintelligent undead, like zombies and skeletons,
Mhm.
where they don't speak any language, but they can understand languages that they understood. There's basically any sort of undead that has a soul, can
Yes.
understand whatever languages it spoke while it was alive. However, also a lot of them, if they're summoned, can understand languages of their master and what the master speaks.
Ah.
Ah. And would I be able to discern what category the Boneclaw was?
You have no idea. You would have to know the nature of the master or the Boneclaw soul, neither of which you have knowledge on.
Okay.
So what did it
But
say?
with tongues, you can understand as basically saying that it will return to eat your soul.
Hmm.
Gestured at anybody?
Something very
It was
unpleasant.
actively reaching at your ankles.
Esther, this thing is targeting you.
I'm sorry, what?
It's targeting you and specifically your soul.
Why? Why me? What have I
You
ever done
didn't
to
have-
piss?
Well, you were revived, weren't you?
That's one avenue. Another is something going on here. We specifically ran into it in the desert. It didn't show up on the castle. It didn't show up when we were in any other towns.
By the way,
When
you
we were in
guys-
the Chastity Desert.
Just for additional information that you guys may have, Esther, roll me a history check with advantage.
Oh, fun. Oh, no. You said it has to be summoned, right?
No.
Nope, I didn't.
3 schools of thought.
Those two
Undead
kinds of
can be
undead.
summoned, and those kinds of undead often understand the language their masters know.
So with a 22, basically you would recognize the language it's speaking as an ancient form of what was kind of referred to as Genasi Primordial. It's basically what the first generation of Genasi who left the material plane, the elemental planes, spoke.
Would
It's
Fergus
not-
have been able to?
The reason Esther knows it is just from her fame, kind of playing it back a couple
Right.
times because she's the only person who heard it directly.
Right.
Genasi
But-
Super Latin.
Yeah, kind of. It's basically the oldest form of primordial, not native to
Yeah.
the primordial
I
plane.
only say that because I have the ties to it.
Yep, but so does Esther, and Esther's the one who heard it.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, you'd basically understand this as the oldest form of primordial that a humanoid spoke, as opposed to a elemental.
Yeah.
Why would... It's spoken ancestors' tongue. That's what my ancestors spoke when they first came here.
That's an old
So-
dialect.
It's a
With-
dead dialect. It doesn't exist anymore.
So
Exactly.
there's 2 options with what Fervis brought up. Either it's the language it knew in life, which the fact that it can speak means it's not just one who understands the languages in life, it can vocalize it. Or whoever summoned it speaks that.
So, your option is that there is a very old primordial ancestor that is out to get you, or... Yeah, that's...
Another thing to narrow it down, those were
Yeah.
Caleb Durr out there.
Mhm.
Those are summoned.
What do you mean, summoned?
Ashton understands Caleb Dur, right?
Yeah, you guys have fought them before. You guys have interacted with them before.
Okay.
For reference, for just because it's been a very long time since you guys interacted with them,
Mhm.
the last time you met them was on the side of the Mountain of Citadel, and it was summoned by that hag.
Yep.
Each of the Gale of Dur.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're a
How come-
type of elemental that's brought into the world and put together. And actually, hold on. Can I ask you to check if any of the Caleb Dur have any like cores or like crystals or gems in them?
Go for it. Make an investigation check.
Actually, if any of the
While he's doing
mummies
that,
had
while he's
anything
doing
on them.
that, oh my god. Okay.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
While
I
he's
didn't
while
hear
they're
either of you, so go ahead, John, and
oh
then
my
Sky.
god. While they're doing that, he's just being like, my best guess is something very old and very angry is out to get you for something.
All right, so 21 investigation. And what did you say, Esther?
She wanted to just see if the mummy corpses had anything in them, on them, whichever.
So they all have the kind of standard mummified body as well as a slight amount of jewelry and makeup on them, as most mummified corpses do. These all are the corpse of Genasi, by the way.
What the fuck?
The Gelibdur, looking through it, Ashton, kind of using your kind of magical damage on elementals, you can functionally turn essence into a carving knife and like cut through the chest to look for stuff. In one of them, you manage to find not quite a core, but a geode, basically, that seems to have some sort of magic to it.
That's to identify.
Yep. You sit down with it, cast Identify, mark off the spell slot if you have it prepared today.
On top of the 2,500 Conrad for the XP.
Yes, additional 2,000 everyone if you didn't already have it.
Okay.
Because that was just the Boneclaw.
Ashta.
You identify as a kind of an elemental mitochondria.
Okay.
It's basically what gives the stone not just life, but life and autonomy. Or maybe not autonomy is the right word.
All right.
The ability to act.
Okay. Esther's gonna say something over Fane. That was actually what I was trying to say, Xenia. I have a theory, and I don't like it. I'm looking for this library, right? Bo was in some sort of library, speaking to something, showed it my picture, and said I was a danger. If
And-
what's inside that library is potentially a lich,
And we've got a bunch of undead knocking on our front door.
I think
It's a
that might
viable
be it.
conclusion to come to.
But
Yeah,
why
I
me?
see.
You're probably the figurehead here. You're the one with the most credit out of anyone for this whole event.
Yeah, especially in this environment.
Also remember whose payroll Bo is on, and remember how much of an issue you might be being in regards to that person and what they've done to you.
13. Oh, you're right. Oh, no.
You're cutting out of it, Sky.
Oh, all right. So 13 Bose is on 13's payroll. I'm assuming that's who you meant.
Yeah.
Bo goes to the library that I'm actively looking for.
Mhm.
Says that I'm a danger.
Chats up the current lich in that
Or
library.
whatever might be in there. They don't know if it's a lich or not. They just assume because it's so old.
Potential lich.
Another thing. We don't bury the dead like this. Those mummies out there are Genasi, but my tribe and none of the other tribes that I can think of bury the dead specifically like that. The only thing that comes close is maybe Limberidosium with allowing the body to be consumed by the mud, but even then, they're not wrapped or ornated with jewelry.
Keep in mind that that guy was speaking ancient primordial.
This could be a very ancient custom, long since abandoned. These are old corpses.
It could be a
I
very
can't
old
personally.
crypt in that library.
Could I go over to some of the
I
mummy
will.
corpses actually?
Who here has Arcana proficiency or Medicine proficiency?
Could I
Arcana.
carbon date these mummies?
Okay. 1 second, John. We'll get to that in a second. Go ahead, and anyone who has either Arcana or Medicine proficiency, make a roll with whichever one you have. If you have both, pick one.
Arcana.
Oh
Natural
boy.
I'm
Jeez,
I am
I
carbon
was
dating this
excited
thing
about
to the
mine,
day it
and
was
you've
buried
got
and
that.
wrapped.
Okay, so Fervis, your Fane kind of pick up on this one very, very old and kind of questionable memory. As and it's also kind of combined with some alchemical knowledge because you know the kind of embalming fluid used to work with mummies with clearing out the.
You also hear that the denizens are waking up. Hi,
I don't know.
Charlie.
Background. But that was a motorbike in the background.
Yeah.
Um, as well, you do recall something about the way that a mummy is made as an undead. Part of the ritual of creating an undead of that kind is the embalming and wrapping of an already dead corpse. So to form a mummy, you have to
Embalm and wrap.
treat
Yeah.
it like a mummy.
So could I compare how old the wrappings are to how old the corpses are?
You can attempt to. Go ahead and make me a just raw intelligence check.
Raw
DC,
intelligence?
yeah, DC of 22.
Shit.
Yeah, it's difficult. Especially with the fact that both water and body is on this time scale. Anything more than a year, it relies entirely on the humidity, on what has access to it, on any magics that might have been done to preserve it better. It's very hard to say.
Yeah.
Real quick, Esther's just gonna go check in on her family and make sure that they're okay.
Most of them are spooked. Most of them, until the Boneclaw itself, they didn't see anything.
Fergus will relay a lot of this information to the rest of the party.
Yep, of course.
It's good to know.
But yeah, the entire fight, except for the final part of the Boneclaw, lasted 18 seconds. Most of them didn't even have enough time to react.
So sorry.
I'm
Are you all okay?
And your mom kind of looks up and says, "Yeah, it seems you guys might have been a bit more put out. Will you be all right?"
Well, we're used to being surprised, but no, it didn't get near any of you, right?
It got close to a couple of us, but didn't do anything. I
Okay.
think they kind of prioritize targets here.
It wasn't after you. It was after me, but it's dead now, and hopefully it won't be able to come back for a little while. And by the time it does, I'll be gone, and it will follow me.
Oh dear, let's be honest here. In terms of safety, your group is going to go with you wherever you go, and most of us are combat effective, if not combat ready.
I know.
At least if you're here, they can't use us as bait. So don't feel like you need to run.
That's true. Oh no, I would never leave my group.
Well, I mean, don't leave us either.
I have no intentions of going anywhere. And besides, I needed to make sure you were all okay. And she's gonna pick up Jade and hold her as close as she can.
Yep. About this time, you see actually the only person who wasn't here, Krayana, run in the room and kind of like very ash white looking on their face, like, "Hey, Fergus, come here right now." He, she
This is-
grabs Fergus, look like kind of like grabs you, like lifts up your shirt, looks at your chest, like looks you up and down, like, okay, so it was specific. What the fuck is going on?
What are you on about?
Why is the roof broken?
Sorry?
Why is the roof broken? What happened?
Oh, Boneclaw.
There
Long
was the
story. Tell you later. What is
look.
happening?
Same
Why do
other-
you need me?
No, I just wanted to check to see if you were okay. A big mad. Did you hear that explosion up there?
Yeah, that was the Boneclaw.
No, it wasn't.
What?
What do
That
you mean?
was completely separate. Here, everyone's gathering in the center. They're making announcement right now. Come.
What's going on?
And she'll fill in Krayana basically on what happened, that the Boneclaw was after her, and potentially the theory leaving out the library because she's not allowed to talk about it.
Yep, that there's something after you, etc., etc.
Yeah. What was
Yeah.
the explosion?
Um, I only have a little bit of information. I'll let the ones in charge announce it. Tune into the magic frequency.
Okay. Just get close, okay?
Fergus
Yeah,
has a bad
I'm
feeling
with you.
about this.
Yep. Just all I know is that some sort of magic went on the outer ring of the gathering. All the people who are exiles got some sort of effect put on them.
What?
Sorry, what?
They're explaining it right now. Just as you kind of tune in, you hear basically the halfway through the explanation, and then it begins to repeat again. Basically, an announcement that the magical explosion was some sort of large scale, either hex or curse, where every exile on the outskirt of this gathering has been branded all across their body with the primordial word for failure, as well as writings and what looks almost like burnt and scalded tattoos, documenting the things that they were exiled for, all across their body, mostly across the face and chest.
Is it the ones that have been actually exiled, or is the descendants of as well?
Um, Furris's group is like is kind of like a weird half in between. They're not the standard. They're an unusual sort of group. So most exile groups don't have that kind of separation from the descendants because most want to stay around and raise their kids. Furvis's just was a group that was exiled and had descendants that all kind of splintered off. So in most situations, anyone that lives functionally as an exile and was not welcome to the gathering has these markings on them.
Does Fergus
They
have
don't.
them on him?
Nope, Furvis is clean. That's what Crandall went and checked.
You're okay.
Nope.
So just basically gonna pull Fergus into a hug. You're okay.
I still don't have a good feeling about this.
I don't either.
Could I throw an idea out?
Go.
I get the feeling that whoever's whoever Bo put a hit on for you with, whoever is sending this, and if they've got anything to do with that branding, I have to think it's someone who's got a twisted view and value of Genasi culture. This is steeped in old tradition stuff.
I don't know who would still be alive back then. It would have to be what lives in, you know, it.
At the very least, someone very long lived.
Esther's gonna try to make her way to the front of the crowd, basically not letting go of Fervis's hand, by the way, and still holding Jade, kind of leading the group and just trying to get to the council.
Yeah, you kind of start pushing forward, and you're not the only person who's doing so. There are people all across trying to do the same thing. A few people make wait for you, but it takes a bit to get there. And you do see the council all gathered in the middle. They just keep repeating the message. They don't have any new information. There are runners going in and out, trying to find more info. And by the time you get to the front, they're announcing to the crowd that this seems to be all the information we have. These markings are not harmful, but standard removal spells don't seem to be working either. I think it's best that everyone goes back to rest. We don't have any information. We will announce it after the opening ceremony in the morning if we do get something new. And if you
Matt?
want, we'll contact you all.
Excuse me, and she's gonna basically tap the high seer of her tribe.
Yep. Yep. She's one of the ones who's kind of running back and forth, as there are the kind of like central figures. And the high tier of your tribe, unfortunately, is not one of them. She's one of like that second tier of leaders. She kind of looks and just goes, "Yeah, what's up?"
Be able to figure out what this is.
No, they're trying to do so right now, but I think it's. We heard rumors of some sort of weird magical terrorist attack at some point. We were warned for it. We think this might be what it might be, but we also can't say for sure if this was some sort of higher ploy or distraction or someone within the tribes even.
You know who the oldest person is out of the elders?
Of the elders, I believe we have one. They're here. They're not announcing right now. They're looking for information, but they're druids, so they've been alive for a few hundred years.
Can you call them? I need to speak with them immediately.
You may have to get in line, dear. This is a lot.
I understand. Sorry to bother. And Esther kind of turned to the group. I think if I cast something high enough, I might be able to tell at least what this might be.
Can I also put forward, we're tired.
No,
We don't have an infinite spell slots here, and we got interrupted.
look, this won't take long. I just need AstraZeneca. I need one of you to come with me. Fergus, it's going to be fine. I'm going to go look this over, okay? It's going to be fine.
I don't like this.
I know you don't like this. Do you think I like it either? The thought of them being branded makes me sick to my stomach.
No, why not?
Talk to me. What's going on?
They might be here. I don't
I'm not-
like this.
What do you mean by they? You're old people?
And he's just vacant.
Here, Rosalind, take Jade. And Esther's just gonna hand Rosalind Jade. I'll be right back. Xenia, please come with me. I need to see if I can do something. And Esther will start pulling Xenia towards wherever the marked people are.
It is just an outer ring of the entire Genasi gathering, so it's a pretty long walk to get there.
As they walk, Esther just, are you alright? Did you get hurt during that fight?
I'm okay. I didn't. I... Hmm.
It's okay. Fergus and Xenia will come, I guess, with Esther, and then I don't know.
Ash will like
If
pat Fergus on the shoulder and is like, "Come on, bud. Let's at least go sit down."
you guys can go rest. We won't be long, I promise.
Fighting updates, 5 minutes. Got it.
I promise. And
Yes.
Esther will kind of take off.
Yep. It does take a full half hour to get to the outer ring.
Okay. I'm sorry for dragging you along, Xenia. I don't mean to. I need somebody who's a bit of a heavy hitter, I suppose, in case anything should happen.
At some point, while Xenia's on the way of, Xenia, Esther, and Fergus are on the way of walking, Rosalind, you get a message from Issa just saying, "Hey, you guys okay? Heard something about magical explosions?"
Sorry, side note, is Fergus going with the Esther and Xenia or with
Yes.
Rosalind Ashta?
He's going with Mr. and Xenia.
Okay.
Issa gets the downloaded version of a sum up of the whole situation.
Maybe she kind of says, "Okay, if it helps, Gabriel's fine. Nothing's interrupted him."
Okay,
Said it's the same thing with Tact.
I'll pass that along to Esther, assuming that any news on that front is good.
Yeah, he's just fine, peaceful as ever.
I shall throw in. Also, just as a side security thing, tell some of the guards to just occasionally check on top of Ruse.
Yeah, I implemented that about a couple weeks ago. Don't worry.
Scorpio was there. Please keep checking the room!
Yep, the Firebirds have basically taken up their own kind of cursory watch duty, where they just keep the upper parts clear. To the chagrin of many of a wayward couple trying to get some privacy.
In a room, you.
There's a lot of rooms, but there's also a lot of people who live in the castle. So, as you eventually make it to the outer ring, Esther, you find the very clear divide between where the exiles live and where the rest of the Genasi are. Completely aside from the markings on the skin, what looks almost branding across a lot of them. Any that seem to have brandings across, like an eye, a nose, or a mouth. The eye, if they're covered, is milky. The nose, not quite necrotic, but seems wasting. The mouth droops on the side that's covered. This branding isn't completely harmless.
She's gonna go up, I guess, to the closest person that she can see and just, Fergus, you stay with Xenia, okay? Keep your eyes out. Everything will be fine. And she'll kiss his forehead and then walk up to the closest person she can see.
They kind of look up to you tiredly and just like, what? You some sort of healer or something?
Not quite, but I'm trying to find out what's going on, and with your permission, I'd like to try something.
Is it gonna hurt?
Not at all. I'm going to try to see what this might be.
And as you're having this conversation, you see quite a number of people are gathered around to kind of watch what you do. A lot of them looking very protective. Many outwardly just carrying weapons, but not brandishing them. Just on hand and ready to use if needed as you approach.
And she'll kind of kneel down and hold out her hands for this person.
And they'll very carefully put their hand in yours, but you see them keep another hand close to their belt.
And she'll cast Identify at the highest level that she physically can, which is 8th level.
8th level? Okay, you got the slot for it?
Yep.
Perfect. Didn't you guys identify earlier if that's similar level?
No, I cast it at first.
I meant like during the last session.
No?
Okay.
Way a couple of sessions ago, yeah. But
Okay.
not recently.
Okay.
On this rest.
Actually, either way, you would have gotten a short rest, so you would have been able to arc and recover that. So
That's what it was. I spent an 8th level spell slot, but I did Arcane Recovery.
okay, that's what it was. Yeah, so you go ahead and cast Identify. It comes up as a let's see, as an illusion spell. It's not of a spell of any traditional one that you know. It seems to be of some sort of ritual. By nature, it takes anyone that the performer, caster, whatever word you want to use for of this ritual, deems as defined under the exiled of the Genasi, and brands them on a random part of their torso or face as a failure. This this branding basically numbs and functionally destroys until the branding is gone any nerves that it touches. So that includes sensory nerves in the eyes, in the mouth, in the nose, etc., etc.
You said until it's gone. How is there a time limit on this? Is there a way to remove it?
It's basically an until dispelled duration. It does not give. You do not find the details of what would dispel it.
Okay. This is an illusion of some kind, but obviously, well, not necessarily an exact illusion.
Spell. There's a difference.
So it's an illusion spell.
Yeah,
Causes
like Shadow Blade is an illusion spell, but you still stab people with it.
Illusion spell causes slight neurological damage, but it can be dispelled, right?
In theory, its duration is until dispelled, so it's not infinite. It can technically end, but you do not know what would end it.
There is a cure button.
What do you feel right now?
In general,
Where the markings are.
nothing. When I touch it, it's numb.
Oh, that would be the damage. Okay. It's not permanent, at least from what I can tell. This is an illusion spell of some modified kind. Whoever did this is absolutely disgusting, and I am so sorry.
Really fast. Roll me an intelligence check, or an arcana check, actually. Oh, okay, go ahead.
Percentage.
Okay, yeah, fantastic. 27. Okay, DC was 27. So you do note, just through a combination of your knowledge of Arcana and your familiarity with the primordial languages, that this is more of just a kind of a flavor note, kind of not. That the Genasi word for like illusion magic that's not an illusion is rooted from the word for the Shadowfell. Because a lot of illusion magic that's detrimental or damaging or can create reality from illusions comes from shadow magic, is what it's called.
So the Raven Queen might know about this.
Potentially, you just know that illusion magics that have physicality to them use a substance that comes from the Shadowfell to create them.
So the shadow felt dark. So maybe something with light can fix this?
You have no idea. You have to experiment from that point.
Okay, shoot. Xenia, do you have anything that does sunlight of some kind?
Yeah, don't use sunbeam because
That'll hurt them.
it might not hurt.
Yeah, no, the plan is not to. It's basically...
As
It will hurt.
just a clarification, you're speaking more on the nature of like illusion spells in general, right? Like damaging illusion spells.
This is just a general D&D lore that is something that would be made aware of with this check. Any sort of shadow magic that creates something. Sorry, any illusion magic that creates something uses magic pulled from the Shadowfell as opposed to magic pulled from the self. It takes a substance that is basically part of the Shadowfell and creates reality out of it for until the spell ends.
Oh,
But that is like all of them, not just this in
Yes.
particular.
Yeah, it's just a note as it's part of the primordial language that this would be made aware of, and just by nature of having a high enough Arcana check, it's something to at least be aware of.
no, Xenia, you're fine. Don't do it if it's going to knock you out. It's okay. Alright, listen. This is an illusion spell of some kind. But something can, in theory, dispel it. It's the brandings. They cause neurological damage. But I think it can be reversed, in some sense. Do any of you have anything that can create sunlight?
They kind of look between each other, and no one really raised their hand.
You know what creates sunlight? Sunrise, which is going to happen in like an hour or two.
Yeah.
However, I doubt that's going to help.
With a heal and dispel magic in that order. Like merging spells. Okay, so in that case, first give me a wisdom check for combining the two. Can be
Can I assist because I have heal?
Yeah, you guys could technically grant advantage to each other. Just it would mark off your usage of the spell heal as well.
That's fine.
Okay, so yeah, go ahead and take double advantage. Heal is what level? 7th, and dispel is 3rd. And no, because you technically need to concentrate to do this. What level is heal? Really quick, Esther?
Heal is 6, but I'm going to use it at 7th because that's
Okay.
what I have left.
Okay, so the DC is 19 because it's combining the two spell levels. Yep, just the nature of the magic is a 6th level nature, so it's just 19 DC. So yeah, double advantage. No guidance because unfortunately you have to concentrate. Perfect. So with that, you see the brandings fade across the eye, mouth, and nose of this woman as she kind of like looks at Xenia as you were probably like 10 feet away as you did this. Yeah,
How
okay.
does that feel better?
Yeah, as the magic kind of takes hold, she feels at the face and says, yeah, it's functioning again. Can you keep doing that?
We might not have the energy, but we can get others who can. So
Okay.
just wait. We figured out how to get rid of this, okay? Just tell everybody to calm down. This isn't permanent. It can be fixed.
The muttering around you from the other people don't seem happy at that comment, but a couple of the larger folks, like basically start pulling the people who are trying to push towards you away, just letting them know that hey, they're healers. Don't try to interfere.
And so just kind of stand up. This isn't permanent. We can help and fix it, okay?
You
This
can tell
is
from the raised voices that they're mostly clamoring for you to try and help them each specifically. Like some of them saying like, "Hey, I have a kid and it happened across their neck and they're really not doing well," or others mentioning that it happened across the chest of someone and that their heartbeat has slowed down way too much, like stuff like that.
okay.
No
Look.
direct deaths, but it's a lot of significant issues.
Okay. Please stay calm. We're going to run back and get more people who are going to be able to cast the spell, okay?
Go ahead and roll me just a general persuasion check.
And including with what Xenia said. With, yo, this was a test. We didn't think this was going to work.
Okay. I'll take that as help. Go ahead and make an advantage persuasion check, and if Xenia does guidance, and guidance.
Would this not be in the vein of mom check?
No, this is actively trying to quell a hazardous crowd.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, that they start relaxing a little bit, especially with the larger ones kind of taking your heat and pushing the back of basically like, hey, 18's enough, don't worry. Of like, hey, they're healers, don't fuck with the healers, basically.
Look, we will be back, okay? We're going to go get more people who can cast this mix of a spell.
What does it look like?
Just please, settle. Ma'am, actually, would you mind coming with me?
We're not allowed in.
Oh, I'll bet you that's the sweater that one of my friends left at my
I grant you permission.
so I did shit because I didn't want to.
You actually see as you say that, a person somewhere else in the crowd kind of gasps at that, and she goes, "Oh, okay." You know that basically if she does anything that's considered against the laws of the Genasi while under your protection, you are exiled out of the Genasi.
All I
So-
ask is that you come to show that we were able to heal you. That is all.
Yeah, I'll be good. Don't worry. I'm not gonna do anything.
Thank you.
Like I said,
Please, take my hand if you will. That way people will know that you are safe, okay?
Sure. And she very cautiously takes her hand. You can tell she's like, she's not starving, but she's not as well fed as the average Genasi.
Are you hungry?
I think we have much bigger priorities right now, I'm gonna be honest.
Here. And Esther will hand, I don't know, a fruit or something from her pocket. Eat as we walk, and she'll kind of take the lady by her hand into the gathering and towards where the healers were, basically to Fervus and Xenia. You guys go and sleep. I will take care of this, and I will be back, okay?
You slowly find my things scattered around.
This might take a bit, so you guys go and rest.
I'm hoping I'll remember when I come back. Bring my sheets and my towel.
And this is, of course, discussed while you guys are walking towards more of the central area. Yep. Fergus, you get manhandled onto Xenia's shoulder and are being carried back to the group house.
So, what happened to you?
I was asleep and I woke up and there was this burning pain across my face, which scared me, so I screamed. And then I couldn't see out of the one eye, and I looked around, and everyone had something like that.
I'm so sorry.
Do they know what caused it yet?
They don't know what caused it, but what's important is we know how to fix it.
Was that how? I'm a very, very basic caster, but is that easy magic to use that you guys did?
Not really, no. We had to mix 2 spells, and even then it was only an experiment just to see if it could work.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. It still fixed me. I'm just worried about my sisters. That's all.
I have 9 siblings. I would be terrified if anything like this happened to them.
Makes sense. Is the gathering going well?
Despite this, I suppose.
Oh, good. We still come every year out of tradition. We're lucky enough to have a temporary exile. So.
Temporary? Really? Over what, might I ask?
Some. We did some things we shouldn't have. We were angry at some people who were talking bad about us. Some traders, like merchants, and while they were sleeping, we burned their tents and burned their carts and killed their horses, and it's not very much appreciated. But it was considered aggravated, and someone in charge of us decided to petition on our behalf. So 3 more years, and we can go back to our job.
What tribe are you from, if you don't mind?
Osim de Terai. That's where we're able to come.
Wow. We all do things that we regret. What's important is that we learn from them.
Yeah, I'm just really hoping that if this does last longer than that when we come back in, the markings don't stay.
I'm positive they won't. And with that, so just kind of basically bring up to the council, and so I figured out how to get rid of it.
Yep. Immediately, like everyone there just like turns to you, and like whatever communication they were having with everyone else just shuts off.
You have to mix.
They basically all take you and like bring you into a tent to have some light and talk to you.
She was healed. She's under my jurisdiction. I invited her in to show her, to show you.
Right now, just explain us how you did it.
You have to mix 2 spells, heal and dispel magic, but you have to cast heal a little bit stronger.
Have you tried it more than once, or is that just how you did it?
We tried it more than once. That was just how we were able to do it for her, but in theory, it should work for the others.
Okay. And they all kind of like look to the head. I forget which title it is. The head healer. And she'd kind of just shake her head. It's like, I can do that 3 times a day at most. That's crazy powerful magic.
I'm sorry, it's the best we could do.
No, that's fine. It's better than what we had.
I know what this might be from. This is an illusion spell of some kind, and it causes neurological damage.
We got that part already. We're just trying to figure out who cast it.
It's something dark.
Or something angry. Illusion spells are accessible by people of all kinds of magic. Bards, wizards. Hell, there are illusionist magics and wizards, but some illusion spells are able to cast by warlocks and druids as well.
I know.
A lot of sorcerers know it. Shadow magic especially is a shadow sorcerers.
Do you
Yeah.
do you think maybe you can turn the spells into a potion?
The healing spells, they'd be very powerful ones, take a very long time to mix. I'm not sure how powerful the ingredients would be either.
If you
But
could diffuse your magic into water, if you could diffuse a healing spell and the dispel magic into water, would you then be able to give it to people to drink? Would it still contain at least some of that quality?
some, though, again, we have to experiment with this. We can't just go passing out potions willy-nilly. This is going to take a while. Thank you for your info, Esther, but we really should keep trying investigating it. If you're casting magic of that scale, you get some rest.
Understood. Thank you. I have a friend who has very, very strong illusion magic as well. Perhaps you'd like to speak to her.
Maybe. Just not for tonight. We're going to look at seeing what the effects are. We're going to see what we can gather, if the magic is the same for everyone, depending where it came across, what the different things are like. We'll talk to the alchemists about your ideas, but we're not sure right now. We need to take a look at this. Just if you have time, bring them in. We'll talk to them too, get their take on it.
Understood. Thank you. And she'll kind of turn to the lady. Just come on. I'll lead you back to where your sisters are.
Okay, thank you. If you want to get some rest, if you are really as tired as I say, I can go myself. It's okay.
It's fine. I don't mind the walk. I miss the desert.
Just recently finished your travels then? As she looks for she finds the crystal in your neck.
Recently, I suppose. I was gone for 2 years, and I just came back a little while, and everything's been very different.
Well, I would say things haven't been exactly normal for us either, so hopefully it's enjoyable at least, and you're happy to be home.
Very much so. What's your name?
As a note, first of all, this is a air genasi. She basically says, people call me Callie.
My name's Esther.
Oh, nice to meet you, Esther. And she kind of looks at the patch in her arm. Mackin clan? Is that how you read that one?
Yes, actually, Macken. Wait,
Nice.
she looks at the what?
The emblem you keep. It's on the shoulder, right?
Oh, okay, yeah. I was like, I thought you meant the soldier on her arm. I'm like, wait, she was...
No. She looks at the patch.
Okay. Yeah, Macken.
Oh, well, I wish your family well. And she kind of looks at you guys, just for sake of time. You get to the edge of it, and I appreciate you looking out for us. But don't overextend yourself. There's a lot of us.
I will look out for as many as I can master. I'm a matron. It's what I do.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you the same thing I told my mom. Even if we're hurting, it's not your responsibility to help us. You're just choosing to, so keep yourself well enough to do it yourself.
I will. And take care of your sisters. Oh, and she'll kind of reach into her bag and pull out pretty much whatever food she was carrying at the time. I don't know, like a couple of fruits, a loaf of bread, that kind of stuff.
She'll take it happily and just kind of, yeah, sure thing. I'll spread this out. I'll say I bought it while I was in. But don't worry, none of us are going too hungry around here. Just
Make sure
a lot of exercise walking around the desert.
I know. Make sure you eat as well, though, okay?
Yes, of course.
Good night, Callie. And Esther will walk back to the hut.
Okay.
Exhausted!
So by around now, it is about 4:30, and apparently I found this out recently looking at resting rules. When a rest gets interrupted, the rest has to be restarted. So if you guys are going to go take a long rest, this will be until past noon.
Yep, Rosalind is conked out with Jade kind of cuddled against her chest because she intended to wait up for Esther, but it took a very long time and she just drifted to the pillow.
Okay.
Esther's heart can't take that sleep. That is too freaking cute.
What do you
Ash
think
is on guard until
doing?
everyone gets back. Yeah, and trying his best not to look at that.
I was gonna say, Esther, if Ash is still awake when Esther walks in.
Yeah, I imagine he's probably taking
He
a
is.
watch.
So, You like that sight then, eh?
And he just blinks.
I think you'd make a good dad.
You were gone for a bit, so I had the time to consider every little thing you would say with that, and that is the first one.
I think you would. You're strong and protective
I have
and
spent the last 15 minutes making sure I don't actually take to heart everything you're about to say right now. Shall we rest?
I don't think that.
why wouldn't you take it to heart?
Because I cannot deal with that right now when we're dealing with undead knocking on our front doorstep.
Uh,
But nothing too bad.
I think you'd be a good dad. And I think she'd be a wonderful mom.
Yeah, technically it is fully aware of what's happening.
Mhm. Xenia trance
Really?
talks. I can see it.
Often the people who go through the most turn out to be some of the best parents. Just remember that.
You just hear from Raylan inside the pocket. Unless they turn the kids into serial killers.
There's a smack on the chest plate.
We will make sure that the future children
How
do not have
about
serial killers.
how about we make sure the world is a place that kind of thing can be considered first?
All right, God Killer. And Esther will go lie down.
Alright. So, really
So-
fast, just for the sake of reference, in case I need to use this map again, put yourselves in your sleeping positions, like where you guys would on this map, just in case it comes up again.
With the fam.
And I imagine a watch is being kept, right?
Wait, actually, she would go with Fervus because Fervus is not in a good place right now.
He'd probably actually want to distance himself in the corner, actually.
Yep. That's by all the rest of the younger family, so.
Yeah.
Well then,
As isolated as he can be.
I love the musical beds happening. Like, Purvis gets up, lays down someplace. 2 minutes later, Esther gets up, moves to the bed
Musical
next to.
cots.
30 seconds later, Purvis is moving across the room, picking his way around Mackin's siblings, trying to find an empty spot.
Ash and Rosalind are just sitting there, and Ash is just like, watch, 3, 2, 1. Ferris gets up.
Rich can't sleep right now. He is not.
Okay. So, as each of you go ahead, and I imagine each of you will take one watch, basically.
yeah.
Alright, so go ahead and each of you make a perception check.
1 second, I've got a thorn to help me with that, though he doesn't always roll well, so we'll see.
Long rests, though, please.
Okay.
Oh, Thorn, look at you!
Well done, Thorn. Oh, it's so rare we get one like that. Oh, the dichotomy of his roll, though.
Oh my god.
Yeah, okay.
Oh fuck, that was it to self. 12.
Okay.
Would we have needed to do everyone doing a watch?
Well, for posterity's sake.
Okay.
That being said, so I want Xenia, take a long rest. Everyone else, mark a short rest.
God damn it.
As the sun rises, and a few hours, about 8 o'clock or so, you watch as a small circle of shadow appears next to Xenia. To Esther. And the beginning of the Boneclaw pulling themselves out of it and just peeking their head out. Seeing you look at them, they just disappear back out.
I hate this.
What's going
I'm-
on? What do you
At
mean
this-
he's
At
back?
this point, the rest of the family was still awake, had woken back up. A couple of
I
them
should-
saw the Boneclaw, and they all like freak out as you guys all rustle awake, and it's explained what's happened.
What's going on?
I assume Xenia like paints the image.
Yep, it gets explained.
Great, wonderful, awesome.
I hate this.
You think I don't?
No, this is player saying this.
Oh.
Because I just leveled up and I'm not allowed to get any of my
Short rest or long rest, you can do pick level on that. Remember,
Okay. I need to roll my hit dice.
But that being said, as you guys wait around,
Oh.
kind of in a relaxed state, if not asleep, you do get to finish the long rest at the end of it, as the Boneclaw doesn't come back in time to fully interrupt. You guys were just startled.
Uh,
Uh,
Well, it did want to take and eat my soul, so... Fervis, you have catnap potions?
here's a
Yes.
thought. The last time we
Yippee.
encountered that thing, it was here in the desert. Not here, but, well, on the ground, in the sand. And this time it's again here in the desert.
it would
We've
have to.
never seen it on the island.
It would have to travel.
We
I don't.
didn't see it in the oasis either.
I don't think that it can
If it
get
could teleport, it would have found us elsewhere.
So, until we figure this out, I can't sleep in the desert. Great. Oh. Oh well. Alright. Regardless, that happened. What if you put a hunter's mark on me and then just let it yeet me away? Would that work? Or would it kill me, you think?
It would probably kill you.
Drat. Would have been
Even if
nice.
even if you were able to explode into flames enough that it stopped moving, it would probably come back.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
This thing is.
Oh, Rosalind,
Mm.
last night, what we found out, and Esther basically explained the whole thing with the marks and doing the merging of the spells thing and the illusion thing specifically.
Mm.
If there's...
I
Real fast. As you're explaining this, and the family is in the room, Krana just goes, now that you guys are fully awake, I guess, more info just came up with the morning meeting.
What's
Um,
going on?
When the sun rose, the marks, they glow and burn for the entirety of sunrise until the sun is fully up, and then it seems to fade out again.
ah,
Wait, they're still there then?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Esther, I think you may be overthinking that incidental Shadowfell uh, particularity. It nothing in that says that illusion magic is magic from the Shadowfell. Uh, Linguistic roots aside.
Odd that it burned in sunlight.
And that's worse.
That could also just be a particular of this spell because, well, they're expecting the exiles to be in the desert.
Mm.
Heal and dispel magic. A mix of that fixes it.
Yes,
A mix of
but
that is extremely costly.
it
I
is,
know.
and it's going to be so slow, such slow going.
We need to find the source first.
Have they located anything like that?
Krana just shakes her head and just, no, they're still looking around. They haven't been able to trace the magic at all. They've actually they're doing preliminary tests, but it seems like depending on the person and severity of the crime, different healing spells can fix it.
I
For
should.
kids and the likes, like just descendants, simple lesser restoration seem to work. But for murderers and things like that, nothing seems to work.
Yeah.
They also seem to be the ones in the most pain at sunrise.
I should just give a faint over. We need to go to that library. If that doesn't have anything to do with it, it'll at least have maybe some information where we can find out.
If we leave now, by the time we get there, how long will it take to get there, Conrad? Using the ancestral memories as like a guide point, I suppose.
Ancestral GPS.
Pretty much.
Check.
Google Maps travel time.
Just check where I marked it.
Ancient primordial map quest.
Um,
3 days on foot.
actually,
Half an hour by flying island.
Osim de Terra is pretty nearby. Yeah, half an hour flying island.
Cool.
It's just a little bit to the southwest of where you guys are. Because you guys are in the southeastern quadrant of the gathering.
We need to. It's not this far away, but We're all still exhausted, and I don't think it's a good idea to go today. It's already past noon.
No, again, you guys do get the long rest. Keep in mind.
Yeah. We did long rest, so we're good there.
That being said, if you are actually trying to talk to the Raven Queen, Xenia, make a roll for that. Give 100. Nope. Well, that wasn't a divine intervention thing. That was just a roll to see which god is available right now. And unfortunately, that one was a Moonbow.
You know what?
If you want to talk to Moonbow, you can.
I should just like smell something on the air and glances over at Xenia. Some god shit right now.
Moonbow, you hear a voice almost like whisper into both your ears, like, "You called? Ah, the new cleric." And for reference, that no, this isn't my magic either. Yes, I do. She gains magic from her dedication to me. A matter of taste. I find the mortals a bit almost like a child, so I can't really say. You're also young and inexperienced. Married is a strong word. I have to ask, was this a social call? Because I was told from Laura that you tend to make those.
Honestly, at this point.
Yeah, it's like calling your grandma. So far, they don't really have any descendants except for Esther, and you do seem pretty well linked. So I'm sure it'll go just fine. Oh, you have a few people looking over your files, as it were, so should be alright. Favors tend to take up the power, but please continue. Alright, I will at least take a note of it.
I'll mark you down for a meeting.
I'll make a memo. Scribble it on a sticky note. Stick it to my desk.
Oh, you don't want to enjoy the wonders of heaven for a little while? Well, you say this now, but heaven is so wonderful, and your descendants can still protect them without you being there. But if you do insist, we will make your time short. Technically, you choose when you leave that heaven. Oh, you're sweet, dear. But you'll have to forgive my bias for not thinking the same. Don't worry. Let it sit on the roof, and when the moonlight comes, it will not be there anymore.
Absorb the waffle via photosynthesis.
Technically not photosynthesis, but photosynthesis. But yeah.
I know. Just closest thing I can think.
Yep, you put a plate of breakfast on the roof, and it sits there until
There's a hole to reach through.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
you kind of climb it like the worst version of an OSHA violation, and put the thing up there.
Come with me.
Even more of an OSHA violation, my mistake. Yeah, so you jump, place a waffle on the roof. And, moving back to the conversation at hand. Yeah, so you guys could get there within half hour's time on the castle. Keep in mind though that tonight is the dance.
Give me time. I want to try something before we think of going to this place. There's somebody that I'd like to ask about something.
Alright, as you pull up your godly speed dial, the rest of you have 2 hours, is it? Yeah, tonight's the night of the dance. So, alright, so 2 hours, go ahead and give me a D100. And which one is Man the Myth the Legend?
Oh, no.
Technically, and he's not awake right now, but he will wake up at some point today.
I'm confused at the damn it. Alright, roll 1d100.
Yep, D100. 54. And you're trying to contact which one?
That's right.
Mistra? Fortunately, a 54 is too high of a number. She
Oh.
is not able to be contacted. You
I
do
meant
find
ritual
yourself-
for her.
Yeah, I know. You do have Thoth available if you'd like to communicate with. If you're doing this as a ritual of sacrifice, that's a different thing, where you sacrifice information and time.
Was the point. She was trying to sacrifice something to Mistra to hopefully understand maybe where this magic was coming from.
Unfortunately, 2 hours is not the enough time for that. This is a
Hey.
very distinct piece of information.
Shit. Alright, how long would she have to do that?
It's unfortunately not so formulaic as that. Gariel knows his times because he is a cleric and he has one god he serves.
Well, let's try 4 hours. Well, Thoth is there to talk to, actually. Let's talk to the boy.
Thoth kind of appears and he says, "Hi, yes, very busy. What is it?" Gariel says hello. What's up?
Hi, is there any sort of recorded magic that can cast runes onto people's skin that burns in sunlight?
Quite a few. A lot of theories, but why?
Because all of the exiles of the Genasi currently have runes inscribing failure on their skin that burns in the sunlight.
That must suck.
Very much so, and I would like to remove it from the children, specifically.
Well, good luck with that.
Is there any... Do you know if there is any sort of creature that would be powerful enough to cast that a 7th level heal and dispel magic mixed together would just barely be able to break?
You could cast spells like that if you tried hard enough. Some cast even weaker than you can do things like that. Just depends on the spell.
Are you alright?
Very exhausted. A lot of people are trying to talk to me right now.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to backlog the conversation.
Oh no, that's okay. I can technically make as many myself as I want to. This is just a lot of focus.
It's very hard to spread yourself thin, I suppose.
Less so when you're a god and you literally have multiple forms of your own frontal lobe and can talk to as many people as you'd like, but that, again, separate conversation.
Fair enough. Again, what do you have to sacrifice for? Can I sacrifice memories?
It doesn't really do much for me, memories, I'm going to be honest.
Shite.
It's more, again, information that I don't have.
I know where the library is.
Well, if you find good information in the library, all the stuff's written down there, so it's not huge use to me. But if there's stuff that, I don't know, is spoken there that I haven't heard before, then please. Anything written I already know already, though. So libraries are more of a place to find me than a place to inform me of.
Alright, well, thank you anyhow.
Yeah, enjoy yourself, and again, Grill says hi, and he'll be with you soon.
Will do. And after the ritual kind of ends, Esther's gonna go find Fervis. Meantime, whatever you guys do for the 2 hours.
Yeah, do you guys do anything specific?
For the day,
Just 2 hours. Well,
I just gonna give a quick check-in with Carson.
Carson just goes, "Alright, I just want to clarify, because I just got a message from Simone, that I had nothing to do with those bears.
You mean that's a valid worry?
Ask Rayla, I had nothing to do with that one.
Quick insight check.
Disadvantage because you can't see him, but go ahead.
I know it's bullshit.
Be honest.
Okay.
You didn't even bring it up. If he was lying, he would have waited for you to bring it up.
Yeah. It was a like Astra can't see Carson, but Astra makes sure Carson can feel his like piercing gaze of just like.
You can send images and impressions. It's fine.
Yep. In that case, just like he'll just give the impression of okay. And just everything else going good up there.
Yeah, things are peaceful. People are mostly out for the day or down at the meeting, so a few people have come back and started to work again, but others taking it as a mini vacation. Sorry, I think that's 1 second.
Did Carson find the cabinet? The hidden secret cabinet that
Oh.
nobody can have.
No.
Am I forgetting something? No.
It's not in a cabinet. Okay. The
Okay.
stash, then.
Oh, the pillows?
No.
No.
Why do you think pillows would make him hiccup?
The liquor.
Ah, the alcohol. Okay.
The liquor.
Okay, that's what it was. Gotcha.
Because I'm pretty sure
The
Asher
cooking
would get
sherry.
hang of that of like
Sorry, I was confused.
Oh, no,
Asher's fame
he's
would
trying.
get like, hang like Carson like like a notification on like phone. It's like Carson's drunk and like 128 meters from you. It's just like okay.
That would be pretty funny.
Just like you get the
Maybe
notification.
Splinter Warrior walks
Carson's
up just to smack
drunk.
Carson across the face.
Carson's
Oh
drunk
my
at
God.
128 meters from you and closing.
I don't even know.
Oh,
Yes. 128, 127, 127. Uh-oh.
It's like a COVID alert app, but it's just for drunk people.
And he'll just ask like, you don't happen to have any like bootleg like magical anti-teleportation shit, do you?
I guess something that makes it difficult for one person to teleport. But no
I'll
sense,
take-
Frank.
What does it need? What does it do? Like, how'd you use it on someone?
When you try to teleport, there's a 30% chance that whatever you're wearing teleports instead.
How's it applied?
It's a hat, why?
Okay, maybe not. 'Cause I'm just thinking, like, we stick a hat on the Boneclaw.
No, because that would take off his fucking. I don't want to see a
He's
naked
a
Boneclaw.
skeleton!
I don't care.
That's not flesh, to be fair, but
I don't want to see no more than I gotta.
And he's just like, alright, worth a try. Hold down the fort in your own special way. And turn into the group.
alright. Alright, and I know I saw this from Xenia. Any other voices other than their own? No?
Off is great, alright?
Yeah, he is. It's bewildering when
It
I know
is.
what's up
Thoth is,
from every
Thoth is
single
that
god.
chill professor who knows way too much.
It's the ancient celestial greeting of dude.
The ancient druids.
When you find whatever spirit of nature that gave the archdruid of the desert magic, that's the one who goes, dude.
I
Yeah.
love it. It's just the Lorax.
I should just get check in with Fervis real quick. And
Okay.
just, hey, do you have anything that, could you make anything that's like something simple that just makes grappling more difficult?
Let's see what I can do.
Because if we're gonna be fighting that bastard over and over again,
Yeah. He's gonna try and make an alchemy check to see if there's any potions that he can devise.
Hold that thought. Just 1 second. I need to check something on Rosalind's squad because I think they have something that might be similar to that. Alright, this is about saving throws. However, I imagine you could work with this as a basis, and you've worked with her squad enough that you probably know all their tricks. They have a muscle poison that is basically a contact poison. That gives a disadvantage on strength, dexterity, and constitution saving throws. However, I imagine there's probably some way to mess with that so that you can tweak it for checks and make it your own.
Try could.
Yeah, go ahead and give me an alchemy check to see if you could figure out a quick way and an efficient way to do that.
Alchemy check?
Yeah.
Okay. 19.
19? Okay.
You can feign,
think you
right?
would do it, but you know...
Yeah, I'll feign advantage, actually.
Okay, go for it.
Yeah,
Alright,
okay.
Mark off the point.
Yeah, I did.
So, you could think of a way to do it. You know that to make the poison in the first place, the squad, they generally stockpile it, because it takes a day to make a dose or two. They just don't get used very often, so they generally have a good stock of it. To modify that, you probably need at least a day or two of research, and then you have to actually make it, see if it works first.
So there'll be some R&D on that front. So he'll see what he can do to try and recreate and improve the muscle poison in the ensuing hours.
All right. So, with that, Esther wakes up from their recent test.
Maurice?
No, it's Dungeons and Dragons.
Dungeons and Dragons. Well, I learned nothing.
Research and development, Ty.
Research and development.
I learned nothing.
Lovely.
Ferbus,
Yes.
are you okay?
Sure.
Don't bullshit me.
No.
Thank you. What's going on? Why were you so scared last night?
The idea that they might be here and me not being as prepared as I want to, and everything that's going on, and perhaps this venture was too selfish. I don't know.
It's funny, isn't it? How, when you're away from it all, the anger is so powerful, but then when you almost get in front of the person, all you feel is fear. Funny, huh?
I don't need your comments.
Pardon?
I don't. Mm.
I genuinely didn't hear what you said.
Oh my god, I can't. Give me a second. I have to move my microphone. This might.
Listen, Arrow Slade, easy there.
I don't know. I
Well, right now you can't see them. You don't even know if they're there. And they might be, and they might not be, and we don't know. So take solace in the fact that they can't cross into the gathering. At all. You're the only one who could let them in. Hmm?
It'd be selfish of me to do so.
Well, no, because if they do anything, then, you're exiled as well.
I know. Lovely
So,
little catch-22 I find myself at.
you want to go for a walk? See if anything's been done yet? If they figured out anything new? We can all go. Okay. Alright, do you guys want to go walk around for a little bit? Just see if anything's changing?
Is that the whole group?
Yeah, this is everybody.
I feel like we have other things on the mind right now.
Yeah. It'd be selfish of me to.
Honestly, part of me just wants to go up to the island and work with those plants. It's more calming to me right now.
Maybe I
What?
should go up and work on the muscle poison, distract myself for a few hours. Yeah, with all due respect, Esther, I think I'm more comfortable doing that today.
I think that we should use as little magic as possible. Save it in case our guess about sleeping on the island is incorrect.
Mm-hmm.
Were
I
the
know
big
there are
plans to go
big
to the
plans.
library today, or was it no, let's not because we don't have much time?
I thought we were doing it tomorrow.
Again, it's half an hour
Yeah.
to get there, so
Yeah, but we
Yeah,
don't
but
know
how long to
long
get
it'll be
through it?
Yes.
who knows?
Okay, let's save that for tomorrow so we can make a bright and early start of it, hopefully.
Mhm. Yep.
Preferably.
And we can also maybe get the muscle poison and all that going.
Yeah. This is I don't like being unprepared, so
You guys go ahead. I'm going to go see how they're doing with treating people.
yeah.
Esther, it's specifically targeting you.
Nothing to do today besides helping other people, Ashta.
You need to take care of yourself first so you can take care of other people.
I'm doing fine.
Again, it's actively targeting you. You
Doesn't seem
want
to
it to
be.
go after you in the middle of a crowd?
Then why don't one of you come with me? Rosalind wants to go do her plants. Jarvis wants to go work on potions. Xenia wants to go work on recipes. What do you want to do today?
Make sure everyone's in close reach.
Well, if those three are up on the castle, then why don't you come with me and make sure I don't get into trouble or snatched by the undead?
Ashley looks at the rest of the group. Yeah.
Compromise here.
Yeah. You guys gonna be good?
I believe so. We're just going to be up on the castle. Everybody will be around.
Just maybe keep a few extra guards around.
If it makes you feel better. Perhaps I'll have Issa there with me if she's not too busy.
Fine. There's a shake of the head at the kitchen. Fine.
All right. So, as you head out the door to make your way into the general populace of the Chelsea gathering, you open the door, and standing in the doorway with manic bright eyes is Oliver Lapis, Esther.
Oh, bugger.
And with that, we'll take a quick 5-minute break.
No!
There we go.
No! Shit!
Hey.
Fair warning. I might set him on fire. Back up.
Might.
That's
Might.
your business, yes.
It depends on how this goes. Jesus fucking Christ.
So should we be in like battle positions or something? Not battle positions, but heading out the door positions that might turn into battle.
No, not in the current moment. Esther's pretty much just gonna be standing there in shock.
Mm-hmm.
And the first thing she's going to say is turn to Xenia and Rosalind and Ashta and say, "Don't forget your promises."
Okay.
That's the first thing she's gonna say is, "Give me the camera back." You mean the child?
Yeah, was Esther carrying Jade, or is Jade, or does Rosalind have babysitting duties, or is Jade with
That's the
like
thing.
Esther's mom?
Esther was carrying Jade.
Yay!
She was going to give her to Molotov that day to go play with the twins.
Yay!
But Esther is currently with Jade.
Yep.
Fuck!
He knows. He knows the baby is right there.
Shit. Esther's just gonna
Lie and
turn
say
around.
it's Goreels. Draw on that fan fiction and just say it's Goreels. Earth Genasi blood, yeah, it's just back in the family away. Took after Esther's side of the thing.
Honestly, she's gonna say it's not yours, and he's gonna say, well, she looks like me. It's like, yeah, but you didn't bring her back. I did.
Okay.
She's mine, bitch. Fuck you. She's got your DNA, but she's got my magic and my DNA.
I don't
Remember, she
care
understands
about
everything you
that.
say.
Yeah, that's true. Goddamn. Alright. Well, she's Goreels.
Mhm.
Don't you see that bump
mean-
on her forehead that might have come from hitting a wall while running? That's definitely a horn poking through.
Besides, you know, at the heart of things, she is Goreels really more than this guy.
She is. Oliver Lapis is a sperm donor, and I hate him so much. And I can't believe Conrad, you fucking asshole.
I love that you have Xenia cooking music, by the way, Ty.
That's my
as
favorite
well as
thing.
Emotional moment music, and it's
I love it. I
just
love
the
give
fact
me
that
the
you
care
have it.
package.
Just the fact that you have it, okay?
Conrad, my fucking soul.
You gave me a list of potential things you would want to see at the gathering.
I know. Just, of course you would time it now. Fuck. Alright,
Well,
so,
I had a schedule.
I know. To the rest of the group, basically, so that way you know, the minute she sees him, not even his eyes, but just his form, she pretty much turns to the rest of the group and just, remember your promises, and hands Jade to Xenia. And then turns around to face him.
Yep. So in the moment before you pass it, the initial look upon him, and for reference for everyone else, you see maybe not the shell, but the skeleton of someone you used to know. No undead intent there, just to be clear. He is still an Earth Genasi, and instead of having this brutish frame, this power in the shoulders, and anger behind the eyes like he used to, he looks more like a bodybuilder who lost too much weight. Where you can see every muscle, every vein in his body from skin that's just a bit too tight. And this glow of anger in his right eye, because his left eye is glowing a milky white with the word failure and primordial branded across it. And before you even get a chance to react, he's immediately in your face and begins swearing and cussing at you, telling you to end whatever magic you've cast upon him. And then he lays eyes on Jade.
Immediately shoves him back.
Yep, he stumbles back when doing so. He doesn't have the strength to resist you. But he just points at her and goes, "That's the one. That's what I'm seeing in my fucking nightmares. Why are you sending them to me? Enough! I know you're fucking bad bullshit. You're trying to torment me.
Why would I torment you? I didn't even know if you were alive.
Who else would it be? Who else would be sending me nightmares and screaming children in my dreams? Tell me, who else would do that, huh? No one else would poison me like that.
I'm sorry, you think that I would give enough time and care in my life to poison you?
Yes, you've done nothing but... You've been vitriolic since I met you. You've done nothing but try and ruin me. As soon as you left, your mother got on the same train and kicked me out.
My mother's actions are not mine.
Oh, in that case, let me guess. She's the one sending some sort of spellcaster or cursemonger after me.
No! Everybody else that was exiled has been affected, you selfish, brutish, narcissistic man!
Not the fucking brandings. I don't give a shit about those. The nightmares. The kids screaming at me, yelling at me, tearing at my flesh. Who else would that be?
It kind of looks at Jade and... Are you?
Oh, did you finally realize that you weren't... Oh, suddenly what you had in your mind wasn't what you thought? Maybe for once you'll admit that you weren't thinking the right thing? Explain to me, what's this magic going on? I know it's you.
It's not me, Oliver. I don't know who you've angered, but whoever did has more strength than me to curse you like that. And honestly, I applaud them. After what you did, you deserve it.
And let me guess, you got knocked up by some other person just around town?
No,
Huh. Must have adopted them. Couldn't have been yours. Nothing could have survived in there.
he's mine.
By name, maybe. Heard you adopted a whole bunch of people. Some other tiefling from an exiled tribe. And what were you
Ethan,
looking for? Forgiveness? Redemption?
I didn't need to look for what was already there.
Sure. Tell yourself whatever you think.
I tell myself the truth. Unlike you, I don't look in cracked mirrors.
No, because unlike me, you're not willing to even look in a mirror to see if there even is a crack. You'd rather run away, not face what actually happened.
My child died.
Yeah,
She died. And you were supposed to be there for me. You were supposed to tell me that it was okay.
you were supposed to be the one who kept the kid alive. You're a matron. That's not my job. You couldn't even
Wasn't
get me up
my
there enough for me to do
fault.
anything.
It wasn't my fault.
Whose was it then? Some act of God.
No one's. It was nobody's fault. She wasn't alive. But now she is. And that's my doing, not yours.
Or what, while you ran away, you gathered up all this money to revive her and then didn't bother to, tell me?
No, I solved a riddle of one of the most ancient deities on this planet, on this earth, on this plane. I got one wish! And I used it to bring her back. She's mine! And she has nothing to do with you.
Frankly, I don't want anything to do with her.
Good.
What I want is for whatever thing you did to me to end. I can recognize magic. I'm not stupid.
I didn't cast this upon you, you absolute buffoon.
Who else would do something like this? Who would take a screaming child in my nightmares? I know you used to have powers of the mind.
I don't anymore. Those were... No, I died, protecting my friends. And they gave everything to bring me back.
Oh. Oh. He kind of looks around and... Sure seems like it was worth it, eh? You've done so much. What? Got into some argument with some big shot fire elemental? Some wishes to make solving riddles? Probably gave each other sympathy.
I've fought zodiacs.
That's a Zodiac. Actually, you know what? I don't give a shit. Use whatever excuse you want. Just when you finally get your head out of your ass and figure out whatever's casting this magic on me, tell it to knock it the fuck off.
Really, I'd rather tell it to increase.
Still bitter about it. I've already been exiled. By all rights of the law, you've gotten your revenge.
I don't want revenge against you. I just want you to understand what you did.
I understand very well. You just can't seem to understand what your part of the deal was.
What do you mean, what part of the deal?
Putting it in basic terms so that you can understand it. Until the kid comes out of you, I can't do anything to keep it alive or keep it healthy. That's your job.
You do realize that physical pain upon the mother can induce labor?
Well, you should have been stronger then.
Or maybe you shouldn't have hit me!
Whatever you think. If you think that's what the cause and that makes you sleep at night, then just fine.
Monster just kind of looks him up and down and just... You're pathetic.
Yeah, because your mother decided to send some sort of hit squad after me legally. She gathered up all the people of the tribe who had any sort of sway and made a case against me. When before then, no one had any problem with what I was doing except for you. Even you were fine with it, until you ran away.
Because I was so in love with you, I couldn't see what you were doing.
Oh. And so that's my fault?
No, it was mine.
You told me that you'd forgive whatever mistakes I made, that you'd make me better. And I was better. I stopped drinking. Had a rough day every once in a while, but I was pretty good.
You're
I was going to
taking-
raise the kid.
You would have beat me just as much. And you continued to hit me. It didn't matter if you drank. That wasn't the cause of your anger.
No, but I was working on it, just like everything else, and you said you'd be there to help.
I spent 2 years of my life trying to help. You
Oh,
did nothing to change.
As soon as push came to shove, you ran away. You weren't in it for
As
the
soon
long
as my child died,
Yeah,
and
so
my face
going
was
for it.
bleeding from bruises that you caused, I left for my own safety.
If that's what you call it, then that's what you call it.
Yes, you can't spin this on me.
I don't need to spin it on you. I know what I was right.
Because you're a narcissist. You can't see anything else. You can't admit that you were wrong.
I don't need to. There was someone who wasn't doing their job. And no matter how much I explained things to you,
With your fists.
no, before that, when I explained to you why I hit you, you didn't stop doing them. And I explained that there are certain things that I'm just not willing to do. You wouldn't listen to me. How else are you supposed to figure it out when I explained it to you? You didn't do anything.
Nothing I did was good enough for you.
I wasn't asking much. You just needed to be better. And at this point, your mother shoves you out of the way. And basically, without warning, grabs him both hands on his throat. Yeah, both hands on his throat.
Mom, no!
Yep. She just, like, smacks your hand out of the way, and she's not choking him out, but she's, like, forcing him back in against a wall across the other side of the street.
Mom,
There's a quick feint to the group, but everyone was like, wow, I thought I would have been the first one.
Mom, stop! And she'll basically try to pull her mom off of him.
You can go ahead and make a strength check, but she is very strong.
He's not
Very angry.
it.
She's just got teeth bared and is smiling in his face. Yeah, she literally can't roll low enough to not make that work.
Mom, he's not worth it.
She just looks back at you and just like, not for you, dear, but technically he's not allowed to be here, and by him being around inside the tribes right now, he's forfeited all rights that he has as a Genasi.
This is my fight to bear, not yours. Let him go.
Esther?
I've waited, please. I've waited a long time to see him again. Allow me to finish this.
Just know, if you try to forgive him, dear, I am going to strangle him. And you'll be soon after until I smack some sense into you.
I don't plan on it.
Stay silent.
Bad phrasing there.
She's in a mood. She's
Mhm.
not being careful with her words.
Yeah.
I don't plan on it.
And she lets him go, and he just kind of he slumps a little bit against the wall and stands back up and just brushes past her, almost like negligently. And
You
just
don't like being the victim, do you?
I don't particularly care. If she wants to go and commit brazen murder in the middle of the streets, that's her choice. But go ahead. I'm sure you've had some speech saved up for years. Go ahead and lay it on me. I'm sure to make you feel better.
And Esther just kind of looks at him. You're kind of sad. You know that? I've spent years afraid of you and thinking that I would come back. The first few nights that I left, I thought you were going to follow me. And then the next few weeks after that, I thought you were going to come after me. And I spent the first year terrified that you would find me. And
No, what
then
I
I-
tried to before I got caught up in legal issues was I tried to go after you to make sure you were okay, because I knew you'd probably be in pain. But your mother didn't let me.
I thought you were for that. Because if you had done that, I would have come running back. And I wouldn't have been able to realize how horrible you were for me.
But maybe if you did, maybe you wouldn't have died like you said you did. Maybe you could have just sucked up that, yeah, not everything's perfect around me. But it's better than the Elstrand.
Not everything is perfect. Life isn't perfect. But out there, I found friends who love me. who care about me for who I am, who want me to be stronger and help me to get there.
Oh, sorry, was Gorilla and your family not enough for you?
They were more than enough, but not what I needed at the time.
Hmm.
I needed people to help me grow. Not just to love and protect me, I needed people to fight alongside me in a war that I wouldn't feel comfortable having my family fight in.
Much background there already.
Oh, sorry.
I fought things that you could never dream of. I faced everything from Azers to Zodiacs to Sagittarius himself.
You say these words like they're supposed to mean something to me.
It wouldn't mean anything to you because you don't care about anything else but yourself. So anything that would hurt anyone else doesn't matter to you.
You know my role is I protect people. If they're nearby, I worry about it. Future
No,
starts
you
with
don't.
it's yours to worry about.
You don't care. And that mark? I don't say this kindly, and I don't say it, but at least now you'll understand some of the pain you dealt. And if you touch me again, I will burn you where you stand.
Oh. Will that make you feel better?
Try me.
Scorch me. Go ahead.
I said, if you touched me again, I don't act if I'm not provoked.
Yeah, like I
Unlike you.
said, my goal is to protect, and just like I always have, I want you to feel as good as I can. At the cost of either my pain or yours. So go ahead, scorch me. Make yourself feel better. See if you feel like a big person after that.
Me scorching you causes me no joy. It's simply a warning, not a threat. Do not touch me or my daughter.
Then what will finally make you happy? And that's our daughter, dear.
Mine, not yours. You said yourself you want nothing to do with her.
I want nothing to do with you.
You said her. Don't go back on your words.
Because she wasn't alive. At that point, she was a corpse, not to be referred to with a pronoun.
You saw her standing behind me. You said you wanted nothing from her, that she was toxic anyways. Think of your words for the first time in your life before you speak. Because you just gave up any right you have to her in front of witnesses. And know that your word, despite being in exile, still carries weight as a Genasi. So choose them carefully. You gave up any right to her when those words left your mouth. She's my daughter.
Well, if you want to keep her, then go ahead. That's your choice. And if something ever does happen, don't come crying to me about it. Because that's the fun thing about toxicity. It takes time to build up. Just because you cleared her out once doesn't mean it's not going to happen again.
I have other people who can help me. I'm not on my own anymore. And I never have to be again.
Yeah, it'll build up in them too. You'll see it. I thought by now you'd realized it in yourself. It'll build up enough that you died once.
I died from an Azer Warhammer.
Yeah, let me guess, in a fight that you caused?
No. In a fight that I went to in order to protect a city that was under attack.
There we go. You went worrying about something that really wasn't your jurisdiction. We don't protect cities. The cities have kicked us out, Esther. They don't care about us. You shouldn't care about them and sacrifice your life for it. If all that build-up hadn't gotten to your brain, you'd know that.
I'm fighting for the peace of this plane. Not just your narrow-minded circle of 10 to 12 individuals. I'm fighting for something that your eyes aren't capable of opening wide enough to see. And you'll
Yeah,
never be able to realize that.
Yeah, because I keep my eyes trained on the things that matter to me.
As do I. Except mine can open a little further.
Yes, and your arms can only reach so far.
They're not just my arms reaching.
Build up whatever coalition you want. If you're trying to protect a plane, you need another plane. And the fact of the matter is that you're never going to get people like this to agree. The Genasi are never going to work with the Druids. You're never going to find those wizard folk up north working with the Druids either, because they made enemies and they drew lines. And they can't take that back. You want to talk about words having consequences? The Druids dug their grave. Let them die.
They don't need to work with the Druids. They need to work with us.
Oh,
It's
sorry.
not about Druids and Genasi and wizards anymore. It doesn't matter. It's our plane versus another. And
So-
war is not the answer. Peace is. And
Right.
it will be made.
So how about this? You go burn down their capital, teach them that we're just as destructive as they are, that if they come to fuck with us, we'll be just as good. Maybe that's something you can actually achieve. Trying to protect a whole plane is useless.
No,
Wasting
because
your time.
unlike you, I don't stoop to the lower level.
Set your sights on something achievable, Esther. And again, when you finally do realize that you probably sent some curse or some god after me and didn't even realize it because you were so filled with anger and sadness like you always are, then maybe tell them to lay off, because you're bigger than that, apparently.
Actually, I'm more at peace now than I think I've been in a very long time. I'm sorry for whatever curse has fallen upon you, but it's nothing of my doing.
Eh,
So why don't you
nothing.
go bother someone else?
Seems like bothering you won't open your eyes any wider, Miss All-Seeing. Focus on too much, you'll miss the big details. Anyways, and he kind of just pokes his head through the doorway and says, "Nice to meet you all. Don't get caught up too much. She can get a bit carried away with trying to protect."
A question for you.
Slaps him.
Yep, he just takes it and goes, "Oh, there we go. Finally."
A question. I heard something about terrible nightmares that must be horrible to bear. If you'd like, I could
Oh.
make it so you never have to hear the screaming children again in your sleep.
Veiled threats, so mature.
Oh, I wasn't going to make a threat on your life. I could
Yeah.
just fix the dream problem. Well,
No.
at least temporarily.
He kind of looks up and down and just goes, "Let me guess, you're some fancy merchant nobleman's daughter who likes to use poisons to get her ways. You're gonna
Not
send some
quite.
poison that keeps you from resting?"
Give me a quick wisdom saving throw, please. I've had enough.
He literally can't pass that, so.
Alright. Oh, wait, is that my Warlock spell save DC? For some reason, it doesn't have the modifier. My spell save DC is 20. Alright. Anyway.
I didn't even check that, I just knew that he couldn't make 20.
Yep. Most of this is pure flavor of how he would view it. It is the fear effect, not the charm. And the illusion is really just misty, murky rose thorns and tangles of forest, like the Rosalian forest, but if it was dark. The palettes turned more towards the grays and the violets and the deeper black reds. And just for the moment of the delirium, Rosalind doesn't seem to change form to him, just the perception of her does. And I want for an instant, in his mind, the impression to build and rise that he's looking at someone, or someone backed with something, utterly inhuman, incomprehensibly alien. Fae in the wildest sense. Something that looks at him, could crush him like an ant, considers it, but decides not to on a whim, not because of any action of his, not because of anything intrinsic, just a passing, not now. And I just want that kind of vulnerability and fear to grip his heart.
Okay. So, you all see as he goes slack-jawed for a moment. And do you make it last for the full minute, or is this just a passing thing?
I'll draw it out for maybe 15 seconds, because 15 seconds in that kind of state alone could be fairly excruciating. And perhaps as one final thing, just the shadow of the Rose One. Not the full form, not the full features, but the sense of a powerful presence
A nice silhouette.
appears and wraps behind Rosalind, peering over here to look down upon him, and similarly dismiss him. And as the effect is released, Rosalind will turn to Esther. You're right, he is small and pitiful. Not worth it. Let's go.
He just kind of looks a bit shaken at it for a minute and just shakes his head and continues looking around the room, and he locks eyes with Jade. And he does almost this cutesy little wave at her. And she kind of looks at him curiously for a second and just points at him. And just goes, boom. And you both watch as blood starts pouring out of his ears.
Oh my god. Hell yeah, dude.
No, honey. Oh, goddess.
Hell yeah, dude.
And Esther's gonna look at him as he's bleeding and shaken and just.
And he just like puts his hands up to his ears and he goes to speak, and his voice is like almost warbled now. And he kind of like looks around. Xenia, go ahead and roll me a medicine check.
Blew his fucking eardrums.
That's exactly what happened. Jade just said boom, and his eardrums exploded.
Jade, you're my favorite.
Is going to just look at him. And kind of sad, I guess, that he can't hear her, I suppose, because I did want to say something. But now I know Jade. I'm assuming Jade was the one who gave him the nightmares. Right before Jade does his ears, can I say something real quick so he can hear it?
This was intentionally just a shock to him. I'm going to say even you didn't have time to react.
Okay.
You can still say it to him, you just don't think he can hear you.
I'll kind of have Thorn crawl onto my hand when I see Esther turn and open her mouth and then close it as she realizes, and I'll just offer Thorn forward. Let your voice pass through him. Yes, Thorn can do telepathy with him, so yeah.
You all might want to stand back.
Out in the street, or...
You can just hear him like trying to say like, "What did you do to me?" just over and over again because he can't hear himself. His voice is so off pitch and off rhythm.
Esther is going to turn up the heat.
Yep. He looks at you, and even in his state, he just kind of sneers.
She's going to turn it up to about as high as she can go. To the point where her hair is burning pure white and her eyes are fire and the wings on her back from the phoenix markings are glowing. And just through Thorn, with this rolling heat coming off her, I am Esther Azurite Macken, guardian of the material plane, leader and co of Averos, Phoenixkin, beloved of firebirds, and I will protect all that I can. You mean nothing to me. And the moment you step into the gathering again, I will not hesitate to turn you to ash. Now, go!
Go ahead and give me an intimidation check.
Can we do with advantage?
I was going to ask if
please?
there could be advantage because he was already shaken by Rosalind's magical fear effect.
I'm keeping it in mind for the DC,
Okay.
just because that's a bit more beneficial to Esther because they have low charisma.
I'm just happy I had an effect.
Yep. Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Esther, you want to,
Any inspiration kicking around?
I don't have any.
All right. So.
Wait.
Yes.
I'm gonna unmute for this because Scott, you did very, very well.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
When I looked up inspiration, players can give other players inspiration if they think they deserve it. Esther, take my inspiration.
There we go.
Take my inspiration.
Oh!
I had to unmute for that.
DC was 18 with Rosalind's help. Okay. He looks at you, trying to keep a sneer on his face. And he just kind of shakes his head. And then just goes to walk out the back door. As he does so, you see a small pool of shadow appear behind him. And claws grab him and drag him into the ground.
Oh,
Oh,
what the hell?
there he is.
And that's where we'll end the session for today.
Nice.
Okay. All right. Till next time.
Also, can I get clarification? Because when Esther had turned to Jade and was like, "Is that you? Is Jade the one giving him nightmares?"
You'll have to find out next time.
Ooh.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and end the recording here then.
Yep.
Wow.
Good night.
Good night. Till next time.